yes, you do.
Goddess knows what's up.
Yes, you do.
I would expect you to show another black woman some respect, and let's let her finish. She was coming off mic to say something, and you're rude.
Oh no, you're not gonna try to defamate my character. Goddess 100% can speak.
You're doing it yourself.
And she can do whatever she wants.
You're doing it yourself.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't disrespecting her.
So let's let Dr.
Goddess go.
Let's let Dr. Goddess go, and let's see if you can show at least another black woman respect. Go ahead, Dr.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Women who show women respect themselves first. So that's not going to happen. And respectfully, men in these spaces, stop asking women to do things they're incapable of. You heard me. Let's speak some actual logic in space. You're asking women to do things they're incapable of. They don't want to do it, meaning they don't have the ability to try, even to build the sense in their mind to even begin pulling it out as a thought. So while we're speaking to small-minded beings who are married, yes, they have houses and cars and pay bills, and they say they're satisfied and the dick is good and their children are fed and they eat fruit and they go to the gym, and no, they're not. She lives a great life, right? This is how black women with a great life speak. Let's wake it up, right? Let's wake up the truth. This is how black women who are married, whether biracial or racially loyal, who have money, who have assets, equity, credit, right? They have degrees. This is how they speak in America. This is what the equation is equaling and resulting out to. So the disingenuousness or whatever it is that she's coming on the stage to feel like she's going to divert or passive aggressive or push to the side, we're already aware of the dissatisfactions that are taking place in your reality. This is a energy of just I guess men are calling it Jezebel, but I'm saying that it's more, I think it's the wigs, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's the wigs, and they need to let their brains breathe. Black women, take it off your head. The cap is capping you. You're in the cap. I call them capzillas. You turn it into a capzilla. Take the capzilla off and let your brain breathe, because when you don't breathe through your nose, that means your brain dead. And this is the issue that we're having. Women putting eyelashes on their eyelashes, nails on their nails. This is a lot of advancement and enhancement that's not helping. And enhancements are supposed to help you. They're supposed to make you feel better. You're supposed to speak better. These high class women are speaking such low class language. I'm very, very confused. And this is not white man's language. This is what we call American English, correct? These are words in the dictionary. I haven't cursed. I haven't used profanity. I haven't said F. I haven't said MF. I haven't said anything out of context. I've used my words to speak eloquently, to say what it is I want to say. And maybe I come from the ghetto too. Maybe I didn't graduate school either. Maybe my mama is a fat black bee. Maybe my brothers went to jail too. Maybe I'm a slave too. All those things too. But somehow I know how to use my words and get it across to the stage. You see how the whole stage just emptied out so I can speak, because words matter, little girl. It doesn't matter. You sound like the black woman who's just scared of who she married. I don't know what's going on in your life.
Please don't say something like that. I really want y'all to stop.
I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna land my plane. Hey, you see, I'm gonna land my plane until I say your name. I'm gonna land my plane until I say your name. So again, this is the rhetoric, the degeneracy that is being overshadowed. Let me try it. This is the degeneracy. 10 seconds. This is the degeneracy that's being overshadowed by marriage, money, and things, and wigs and weaves. This is what's being overshadowed, this type of being.
So we really have to focus on the degenerate bastards, right, that are raised in these single mother households who perpetuate these talking points, right? Some of you bitches actually need a wig. I'd hate to be 40 with a starter lock. And so I don't like how we like to place all black women in as if we're a monolith. Black women definitely are not who you right? Like, I come on this motherfucker to troll, talk shit, content, get off the app, go about my life. Like, none of this shit really matters to me. This is fun, right? I know that goddess, you get triggered very easily. And so this is fun for me, right? I always like when you're in rooms because it gets the people riled up, right? You're good content. So again, I live a great life. Oh, I live a great life, right? And please don't be fooled. Tori will pack a motherfucker up in a heartbeat, and my husband knows it. No. Thank you.
Your husband's a cuckold. He let you be online.
Wait.
My husband will be right, and then shoot you in the head, right? So that's the type of shit we come from, right? A lot of you niggas think my husband's a bitch, and he's far from that, right? Don't let the light skin shit fool you. Yeah, don't let the light skin bitch shit fool you. You got it in real life, right? You're a Latino man who cosplaying as being black, bitch. Shut up. Right. The only faggot is you, bitch, and your mama and your daddy if you knew him, ho.
There you go. That's
You know your father, and this is an example of father. I blame a lot of black people who are right. This is an example. Actually, what I do blame black women for, I do blame black women for rape, right? Black women definitely need to stop frustrating. Black women definitely need to stop hiding these fucking kids, because this is an example of black women, right? This is an example of a black degenerate that black women definitely need to take accountability for. We cannot have these types of
You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times in front of your child. You swore 9 times. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
You're unmarried, you're single, and you admitted to being a goer in a house. So bitch, an old bitch like
you talking like this in front of your baby?
Bitch, you're losing your real life, and I'll continue to let life beat your ass. I don't need to beat your ass.
I feel bad for your child. Your child.
You feel bad for
The
yourself,
baby.
right? I feel
Is
bad
anybody
for
caring about the baby? The baby. Tori, the baby.
And
The
so
baby
that's
though,
how
Tori.
Ruckus.
But the baby though, Tori.
Don't worry about my baby. My husband is here. My
But
husband
the
is here.
baby though, Tori.
My husband is here. He's okay. He's okay. But what you motherfuckers not talking about? You just try to talk shit and think that when Tori responds, she not supposed to respond, bitch. I'm gonna respond to any motherfucking thing, any glim, any subliminal, because you bitches be punks on this motherfucker. Or my family, my husband,
the baby.
He's well taken care of. He's in the other
But Tori, the baby though. But what about you and the baby though?
Bitch, don't worry.
But Tori, the baby. You
I don't
care
know
about
why
the
y'all
baby?
Tori,
The baby. The baby.
It's not a dating app. It's not a dating app.
Tori, the baby.
Right? So that's
You care about the baby?
the background for Ruckus. Don't speak on
You don't care about
You're
the
black
baby?
for a reason, bitch.
You don't care about the child.
Thank
You
you.
don't care. She don't care about the baby, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on, Ruckus.
Shut up, faggot, bitch. Shut up, faggot. Shut up, faggot. I'm doing this shit in real life. You don't want to talk about real life. You don't want to talk about real life. God is moving away. Stop thinking
I'm
from
gonna punch you in your face. You need to be punched in your throat. That's what you need.
I don't
You
need
need
to
to be
be
punched in your throat, girl.
bitch. Not show
You
me
need to be
that.
punched in your throat. Right in your throat. Shut
Your
up.
ass was, right? I understand you had your daddy in your life. You didn't have a father. You was raised by your crack
I
work ass
put a
mother.
10-minute
Bitch, that's
timer
how I roll.
on.
Go seek therapy.
And
Go
it's a 10
seek
minutes,
therapy.
y'all.
Go seek therapy. Without mommy issues, you need to go seek therapy. Thank you.
You need to be punched in your throat. Call your husband, start to tell him to punch you in your throat so you should have you.
You don't sound like you don't sound like it's fucking right. So thank you for the content and thank you for the.
I think this is strange.
This is the baby though. The baby. Did anybody peep that the baby was in the background laughing and giggling, and she is saying F's and B's and O's and I's and U's, and I'm like, what? A faggot? F? Like, what? Like, bro, how
That's a very dangerous woman to marry, though.
Yo, Brethren, but Uncle Ruckus, I'm sorry, I gotta get on you too. Hold on, sir.
I don't take credit.
No. You need to back it off. No. You're no good either. You're no good either. No, you're no good either. Because you did that, and that wasn't good for the woman. So if you're married, you're not good either. You don't care, and that's the problem. No, that's not good either, bro. You need to be backed into a corner too, my nigga. Like, you need to stop that shit too. That shit is not cool. You did that and made her aggressive for her baby. That's a weirdo shit. Why would
Just
you
get
do
out
that?
the way, let them do their thing.
This is funny.
Okay, guys, don't come off mute. I was on a phone call. I'm sorry. I heard all the yelling and screaming and shit's crazy. So let's get back under control, guys. Let's please get back under control. Who was speaking last?
I wanted to bring up something.
Okay, go ahead. You got the mic, Adrian. Go ahead.
And this is in line with the title of the room. And I know this is going to be a big story on Clubhouse once a lot of people get wind of it, but I don't think a lot of people are getting wind of it just yet. But the black woman who was stabbed to death at McDonald's by her employee, right? By another black woman. Stabbed her up. A mother of 6 got killed. She was a manager at McDonald's and was stabbed because she sent one of her workers home early. And the girl crashed out and stabbed her, killed her. Has anybody heard that story yet?
No, I haven't.
No, we haven't heard
It's
it.
about to be a national story. Trust me, it's about to blow up on Clubhouse in a few days. So I just want to put that in the ether and put that on y'all radar so y'all can see it coming. And it talks about accountability. This girl here did not appreciate being spoken to. Let her tell it. She made a video and everything. The girl who killed the manager, she made a video talking about how her manager was being disrespectful, talking to them like they're children, being a bully at work, right? Fucking up her money, sending her home for no good reason, right? And the girl just had enough of it. Enough of her shit to the point where she crashed out and she stabbed her and killed her. And see, this is by you. It's up there in East Point, Michigan.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. He's not lying. I just chat GPT.
Yeah, it's up there.
It happened yesterday. It literally happened yesterday.
Yeah, throw a link, man. I'll put it up top. Yeah.
What's up, Sig? What's up, JB?
Oh shit. What up,
Hey, P, what's the word?
Guys, long time know you're from.
Yo, is that KK? Hey,
Yes.
yo.
What's up,
Hey,
King?
bro, in the house.
What's going on? How you doing, man?
What's up, KK? I ain't seen KK in a fucking hot ass minute. How you doing, sweetheart? I ain't seen her in a long ass time.
Oh, sick. Just a slightly derail. I'm gonna go back, but Sig, I just bought a new Smith & Wesson 5.7. I know you will be proud of it. It's such a beautiful piece. It's so beautiful. I wanted to get the FM, but it was a little pricey, so I just got the Smith & Wesson. But it still takes the same round. So yeah, shout out to that. But I just want to
5.7. You should have went with the Ruger. You could save some more money.
Well, god damn it.
But yeah,
But it's smooth though. I don't know. I touched fired it and shit. It's smooth. I liked it. But I don't know. I should have looked at the Ruger though.
So I heard, I was on the phone, man. My apologies, guys, but I heard Tori crashing out. Did you guys kick her or did she take off?
I didn't touch her, but I don't know. I think she might have left.
I ain't touching.
Okay, she probably took off then, but yeah, y'all see what I'm talking about? And here's the thing too, man. It's like, you got another black woman, and I get it. You got shit against black men. I get it, no problem. But you got Dr. Goddess who's been completely respectful and showing the utmost respect and decorum. And it's like, at least got some sense to not disrespect another black woman. But they don't give a fuck, man. And then they'll sit up here and say black men disrespect black women so much. Black women are the most disrespected, most unappreciated. But who disrespects and unappreciates black women more than other black women?
You know what's crazy, Sig? We didn't even, it's not like we weren't just clowning every black woman. We're not even we were reviewing a video and discussing that. And for someone to say that, oh, this is fun for me. So getting irate, cussing, and your husband, you said, yeah, my husband's in the house with me, and he's allowing that. But I'm supposed to look at your husband with, like, as a man of respect. Like, what man would allow that kind of energy in his household? Well, why is that considered fun? That's an even bigger question. Why is going crashing out on the internet considered fun?
Because she's not happy, she's not satisfied with her husband. She doesn't respect her husband. Any woman who respects her husband is not going to conduct herself that way.
Or sick, there's no man in the house. Pause. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. I respectfully, if y'all's men's that I think y'all is, there's not no man in there. There can't be. And if it is, he got, I'm sorry to say it, but he can't be all the way. He can't be all the way right. There's either a stud, there has to be a stud woman who likes that shit, okay? Or a man who's not standing on square, bro. It cannot be. A true masculine energy will not. He would have came out the room. If he heard her in the phone doing all of that shit, he would have came out the room. Like, what are you doing? What is all of this you got going on? Even on the app, you would have heard the man in the background. Like, listen, I need you to calm all that down. You would have heard her mute the mic. Something would have happened. She's too loud. Now all of that spitting on the phone and screaming, a real man would have showed up somewhere in the background. You would have heard the baby get snatched from her. Something. I'm telling you, like, we gotta.
There's no way you go from that energy, to now being a loving and caring mom. It's just like, ain't no way.
That's what was like the baby. You didn't hear me say the baby though. But the baby.
But this is something that y'all need to understand here, y'all. When she first came off the mic, she had every single talking point of a misandrist, right? When have y'all ever known a misandrist to have a man in her life, right? The two don't go together. The two cannot exist in the same space with each other. You cannot be this woman in a loving relationship, a productive relationship with a man, but you're a misandrist at the same time. Either A, he's a bitch ass nigga for allowing you to goddamn have this mindset, or B, he is goddamn finna tell your ass, no, you're not finna talk like that, and we're together. A real man is not gonna allow you to have these talking points about men if he's in your life, right? So that should have let you know that she does not have a man in her life. And if she does have a man in her life, it is like
cooperating. We all know what he's doing, and we all know that we can't offer up abolition's best legal prayer. In his gaze and tracks, he said he'd welcome the South bound with all its slaves and chains. 3 years ago, he said that at the common border station.
You said we all know what he'll do. I don't know.
Because he doesn't be trusted.
Sorry, I was misapprehension. Your chosen profession was politics. You never trusted the president. Never trusted in it. I had some surprises you. Mistress, you some surprises you. Perhaps that's why your constituents did not really you took over to women. They couldn't get rid of the dog and the son. You get show any common life. That gave them the permission to drive hard. God forsake our republic on our part. He's asked us to work with him to accomplish the death of slavery in our retaliated opposition. That's an
calling out the first responders, right? The guardrails are supposed to keep you on the road, to keep you safe. This is what men's functions was supposed to be for women in life. But feminism removed all of that shit and told women, you can drive however the fuck you want to drive. And when people get into accidents on the road, who do they call? They call first responders to come and help them, which are normally going to be men. They called the ambulance, the tow truck, the police, all of that shit. And when those men did not show up to help her out of that ravine, this is where the men bashing comes from. Men ain't shit because no one helped her out of her fucked up situation, even though she was led astray by women. Feminism was a bill of goods sold to women by women that were no good. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's just my observation of things. They removed the guardrails.
Back by a bitch ass nigga.
Yes.
Can I get into the queue, please?
But hey, but Sig, I put that story to the McDonald's killing in the chat.
Okay, cool.
If anybody want to go watch the video, I'll post the girl explaining her reason why she snapped that girl.
Jay, if you want to go next, welcome to the stage. You got the mic.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Sig. Yeah, I came in kind of probably on the tail end of that. That's not the first time I've heard that particular individual yelling on this app. I mean, she's not the only one, obviously, but someone had mentioned something about being provoked. That's a cop-out, and that's bullshit, right? We're all adults. We should be able to control ourselves and conduct ourselves in a manner that is respectful. I also agree that she probably doesn't have a man there, because I know my husband would have grabbed my motherfucking phone, okay? So there's absolutely no man there that I could definitely, he's probably, I don't know if he's at work or like you saying, he just comes on the weekend, but yeah. And I also agree with Adrian about feminism. I'm not a feminist. I think feminism really did ruin a lot of women. It made women believe that they're the same as men, and we're absolutely not. Men are their own type of species. They're great. Women are great when you got a great woman. And so I think it's caused a lot of delusion for women to think that they're men. And I don't know about y'all, but I would not want to be a man. Being a man is hard, right? You got to deal with all the bullshit out there. Like you were saying, the first responders, y'all go in a lot of high stress situation. I'd much rather be a woman and, stay at home and cook and, make sure everybody's happy and do my thing. So shout out to y'all. That's all I got to say.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, man. See, this is what I say. Not all. There are some wonderful black women like Dr. Goddess, like Jay. There's several of them that we interact with, so it's not all folks. What it is there's just the loudest, squeakiest wheels are the ones that get all the attention. And they make black women look bad, man. And unfortunately, there's a lot of them. Like I said, not the majority aren't on the wild extreme end of the spectrum, but the majority do have the attitudes of Tory. The majority of them fucking do, and it's a fucking problem. And this is what's causing the black community in America to break down. Again, this is why our families are broken, our homes are broken. We don't have any fathers. We don't have any, and it's time for black women to start taking accountability. To say, hey, you know what? Maybe it is a problem that I'm laying down and procreating with men who haven't committed to me, who haven't proven to me that they want to be my husband and they want to be a great father to my children. Maybe I do have some responsibility to, at least not procreate with them. Not saying you gotta abstain from getting dick. It's 2025, women are getting dick now. It is what it is. But at least be smart enough and wise enough to not attach yourself to that man for the next 18 to 20 years of your life. That's all we're asking for, just a little bit of accountability. And maybe if the attitudes and the combativeness drop down to an acceptable level, you might see that marriage rate spike and get to 50% to where the Indian women, the Mexican women, the Asian women, the Native American women, they might be the white women. They might be able to hit that 50% threshold where all the other groups of women are. So.
Well, here's the biggest issue. The ears is two ears in one mouth, right? And when you're trying to even attempt to articulate, even ask a question, like I do like that Adrian continues asking that question about, are you also talking about the men in your family or the women in your family? Because it gets very daunting when you say the black man, black man, black man, black man. And it's like, okay, but you're not talking about your own, right? You're talking about everybody else, but not the people that raised you and put you out into the world, and now you have children, and this is what you're doing in front of the baby. And the baby is now going to think this is okay. This is why all the screaming is happening in the background, because you don't tame yourself and you can't tame the child. So I'm just saying, like, it's the single motherhood is a disease. Sorry, but not sorry. It's this. I think that's the next wave of the feminism, the single motherhood syndrome, the pretty privilege syndrome. You know, they do want, and respectfully, I do think that black women want to be married. I do think that they want men in the home. I do think that they want y'all help. Here's the problem. They're caught up in this independent act. Okay? The independent act is a play game, again, to overshadow these daddy issues, but then it's getting bigger than the daddy issues now, because again, I expressed that yesterday. A black woman expressed that the accountability will only take place when black men and the world take account for the things that they've done to black women. And I'm just scratching my head, like, so what do you like? Do you want us to write a law? Do you want to do you want a parade? Like, I don't know what they want people to do, because prejudice and racism and pushback and discipline and order, all these things are part of being a human. So like it's a part of the world. Is where we at. So I don't know what extra special 22BB train, or I don't know if they want a car. I don't know what they want. So maybe we should ask them and find out what do they want to take place in this accountability that they feel black men are responsible for.
This is what I've learned. So, in most cases, when you negotiate with each other, it's usually a point of, this is what I'm offering, and this is what you're getting. That's usually when it comes to this whole conversation, these single, are the ones that keep scrapping to the hilltop of the hall. They don't want to negotiate. They don't want to make anything. They want to be given something so they can control it. That's what they want. They want control. And once I figured this out about, like I say, 2018, that's when it was decided. Okay, I'm not going to deal with you when I discover we're going to lost that one's control. Because I know what control does. You have every single piece of history to show you what absolute control does. It's habit. So me personally, I wish you the best of luck for you. If you show up to me and say, this is what I need to do, I'm going to tell you, okay, so what you're giving me is whatever I want. But that's not me. So I'm not going to waste my time. That's what they want. So this is bad.
And he's right. It's about absolute control and revenge. It's about getting back. It's I feel slighted, and I'm not gonna feel at peace until I get back and I show these motherfuckers who I feel have wronged me that I can get back at them and have that leverage and control. So Isaac's absolutely 100% right. These women don't realize they're stabbing themselves in the foot from the very fucking beginning, man. The attitudes they have, like even on the dating websites, man, like you notice a difference in attitude between the black women and the non-black women when you're looking at these profiles. Immediately, the black women start off with contempt. It's my degree, my education, my job, my businesses. That's consistently what you would see listed on these profiles. And then you go to the other races of women, it's, oh, I love my pets, I love to cook, I love spending time with my family. Even the pictures on the profiles, I've noticed consistently. Black women are in bathrooms taking selfies. Ass is always poked out. There's rarely any pictures of these women with men doing activities, family activities. You look at the white girls, you look at the Hispanic girls, they got pictures with their brothers, 4th of July cookouts, barbecues, on the lake, on the beach, smiling, holding a fish in their hand because they're out on the boat, having a great time. these I think mentally these women are so fucking hardened and have this heavy suit of fucking armor on because in their mind they have to fight the world. And I think a lot of these women, especially the 70% single mother rate, they're literally operating like a man. They're out here working, protecting, and providing, and taking care of an entire fucking household. So these women have become hardened, and they don't realize that that's a persona that they give off, and it instantly comes across as unattractive to the type of men that they're going for. And then this builds more anger and builds more fucking resentment. They just get worse and worse and worse as they go on to where these women sound like Danielle and they sound like Tori. What's up, Dr. Long?
Is there also a rape problem going on?
Oh, yeah. We talked about that. Yeah, we were talking about that about 30 minutes ago, bro. Yeah, they're the most obese. And her thing was, well, black men are the most obese out of the fucking men, but freaking
JB read a stat.
Yeah, JB. No, it wasn't JB. It was who was it? Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus said that if you actually look at the stats, yeah, black men are higher, but it's so negligible. But if you look at the difference between black women and their counterparts and their peers, they are skyrocketed through the roof. They are several points above. As far as being the most obese. And again, everything that could be fixed in our community as far as black women taking accountability. Because as a black man, if you've been in these rooms and been in these discussions, black men will tell you, yeah, there's some ain't shit niggas, there's some fuck niggas out here, and there is some cleaning up that we need to do amongst black men. We'll take the accountability and we'll look at each other and say, yeah, we can do better. We can do some better. But whenever you try to point out some constructive criticism to black women, and again, not all, you almost always get pushback, and it's everybody else's fault.
Absolutely.
Can I say something about the obesity?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I wanted to say something about the obesity with black women. I think also that has to do with an aspect of feminism, because I think with feminism, as we know, what the whole agenda was, right? It was to get the man out the home. Well, to replace that man, they decided to give out food stamps, right? And now these fast food restaurants will allow you to use your motherfucking food stamps there. So it seems a lot easier, if they don't want to cook, right? They don't want to be traditional women. Of course, they're just going to go to a drive-thru and just grab a McDonald's or whatever the heck. And that's contributing to the obesity. And another thing with the fast food as well, that has a lot of chemicals and hormones that mess with all of us, but women especially too. And that's another reason why I think a lot of black women and just women in general who go and eat that, they have these attitudes and they have these moods. It's the food they're putting in their body as well. So I just wanted to speak on that.
You're talking about the you buy we fry places. They charge like $1. They will fry your food for $1.
Yeah.
And use your EBT card.
Yep. Also, here's another thing to look at. Sig, I noticed when you was talking about family photos and stuff. Other women will be with other members of their family in their family photos. I mean, y'all, we gotta admit, how many times have we seen on social media black women, black mothers having family photos with no father in them? All right, and it's always her and her kids all day long, right?
Oh,
Every time they go and do a family photo, the father is nowhere in the picture. And if he is, that's a rarity, and that motherfucker get praised. But a lot of times, it's just the mother and her 3, 4, 5 kids, however many kids that she got, right? Like, that needs to stop, because it shows the level of prioritization in our lives, is that it shows that women rather have baby showers than bridal showers. They rather carry before marry, right? They put a lot of emphasis on being baby mamas and not wives, right? And a lot of women come in these rooms on this app. How many times have you heard a woman brag about how many times she's been engaged, but never crossed the finish line though, right? I got men proposing to me all the time. Yeah, but how many have you said yes to? How many times have you crossed the finish line? She can't answer that question. She can tell you how many times she's been in a race but not crossed the finish line. That is crazy to me. That's not the flex that you think it is. When you brag about how many times you've been engaged but never crosses the finish line. All right, and it shows a lack of self-awareness in our community, especially with our women. Also, with the obesity thing. Say another thing that you mentioned, the education, right? Black women, we know, yes, y'all are the most educated. And y'all also will use those degrees and stuff like that as a cudgel to beat men over the head with, right? Y'all would try to use these degrees to look down on men and try to silence men. Well, I went to school, right? I got a degree, blah, blah, blah. All right, so answer this question. If you're the most educated, then how come you're the most manipulated? Then you got all of this education, but you can't tell when a motherfucker's manipulating you, though.
Right. Yeah, good point.
You got all of this education, right? You went to school to be a dietitian. How come you can't address your weight problem?
No, it's true, bro. It's fucking true, and that's why they did tout that black women are most educated, this and that. But once that got debunked and cracked wide open, we come to find out, you're not graduating, motherfucker. Again, it's a finish line thing, Adrian. We found out what? You ain't graduating. You're the most enrolled. But they took that to again use it as leverage over black men to beat black men over the head. Say we're the most educated. We're the most educated to again put them at a higher status. It's about control and it's about givebacks. It's about trying to be better.
And so the degrees are in social science and early childhood education.
Criminal justice.
And they collect the rings. They collect the rings like Lord of the Rings. They just collect them.
Right. But what's that? What's the ass wiping nurse? And a lot of them don't even become RNs.
CNA.
CNA. Yup. A lot of them. Yup. They stop at CNA. So they're professional ass wipers getting paid $13 an hour.
And why are they getting criminal justice degrees, like to get their relative out of jail? What? I have not heard that before. I'm not going to be sad.
I mean, CJ agrees. I mean, if you're gonna go to CJ, if you're gonna be like, if you're gonna go to parole, stuff like that, cool. But most of them don't even go into that because they're gonna get their ass whooped, so they stay away from it.
Well, I think the point is that the point that we're making is that there's a lot of starting and not finishing, right? We're getting to the engagement and not to the actual marriage, right, and the point of getting to the finish line is to start a new race with that individual, like a baton, passing the baton type of race. But the issue is we're not being transferred. Like, when you're married, when you go through the marriage, and I'm not talking about, not even bringing up the religious or the law portion of it. I'm just going to the aspect of family, right? The father or a male figure in your family that you respect is supposed to pass you on, right? He's supposed to give you away to your husband. I think this is also creating an issue because women are not being given away to the next leader. It's a baton pass, and it's a whole conversation that's being had. So when we, even go into what Sister J is saying about the feminism, the different waves that Black women have entered, and respectfully, I personally don't think that that's anything to do with us. We just need to back all the way the fuck out that shit because I'm not seeing where we don't have right to speak. I'm not seeing where we don't have right to be. I'm not seeing, all I'm seeing is that we don't want discipline. We don't want order. We want to be chaotic. We want to be all over the place. We don't want to be told we're wrong. We just don't want to hear, you gotta get in line if you want good things. You do have to put on a certain act, and the things that we're assimilating to are not uplifting us as a whole. And it's always about the individual gender and not the whole race.
I just remember something.
I like that. I like it.
Another point that I've been noticing. So when you have a group of Black men talking about their issue with dating Black women, they usually bring up, I don't really see a lot of qualities she has to be a mother, a wife, like that. And sometimes we you know, sometimes what they say about it, other times it's kind of like, yeah, it sounds like a you problem. Then when you hear the woman talking about their issues, notice one thing. It's never about what particular problem that the man brings up. It almost seems like they're looking for men that are more female or feminine to them, and that's what their issue is. So they don't really have an issue with who they are as a person. They just have an issue with, oh, he wasn't nice or had a softer tone or something like that. And it's like, but he's a scammer. Or, oh, my mom didn't like the way that, you know, he planned out his life, or certain ways he acts, I just don't like. I'm like, but there's nothing wrong with the way he acts. He just might be a bit aggressive. The thing another thing with black women, when they complain about a lot of issues, some of them, they're more talking about how the guy was kind of feminine or soft as they like, rather than any actual problem. Anyone else notice that?
Yeah, they did that to me all day yesterday in Rich's room. I literally
I said I need to get out the bathroom.
they did that to me yesterday all day yesterday. They literally bullied me and did not speak to any point that I was saying. So it's not just you, Isaac. It's not just men. It's anyone who wants to ask questions of logic, sensibility. Like if you're trying to have any conversation that is opening up the mind to let them look at themselves in the mirror, it immediately turns. And Adrian just said it, the accountability. If a person is not ready to hear or look into their own lives or see that it is spewing out into reality and creating people's actuality, then it's going to seem like an attack every time. They're not going to speak to any point that you're actually bringing up to have a conversation. So, literally, it's not just you; it's across the board.
People have a tendency of when you hold up a mirror to them and show them exactly who the fuck they are, instead of them addressing what they see in the mirror, they rather talk about the dirt underneath the fingernail of the hand that's holding the mirror. Shit that don't matter.
Ooh, that's a bar.
For real.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
They talk about shit that don't fucking matter. That's not the issue. Who gives a fuck about it? Address what's in front of you first. Let's have a conversation. Well, motherfuckers don't want to do it because, like I say, accountability will always seem like an attack to those that are not ready to face the consequences of their actions, man. I'm gonna keep saying this shit. I'm gonna keep fucking saying this shit because it's true, man. And accountability is not gender specific. This shit is universal. This shit crosses all racial lines, all goddamn gender lines, right? It applies to anyone. But motherfuckers rather talk about ancillary bullshit and try to become a landscaper and move the goalposts from this end of the field to that end of the field to shit that don't fucking matter. Nah, that's not what we talking about. Let's talk about the shit that's right here in front of you first. But they don't want to do it.
Alright, if you can hear me better now.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, I think you got Bluetooth in, so it's
way better. It's way better.
Well, it is better.
What I was asking is, does it seem like a lot of black women are looking for men that have more feminine traits rather than who they are in person?
No, what these black women, specific types of black women are looking for is Tupac in a business suit, a corporate Tupac. They want the thug aspect, the masculine aspect, but then they want him to come with the freebie lifestyle where they can just literally just sit back on their ass, not have to do shit, and shop and go to boutiques, and they don't want to have to put in the fucking work. But then they also want another aspect of this man to bow down and acquiesce to everything that they want. So they want him to be masculine when it's convenient for them, but they still want to be able to control and call the shots with these men, and these men do all the work and take care of all the shitty parts in life while they get to enjoy the benefits of what his work is. That's typically what I'm seeing on these dating websites. When you listen to these dating shows, think about the clip we just played earlier. That woman was an escort, an active escort with 11 kids. And what does she want? She still wanted a man that made six figures. You said she preferred if he was a millionaire.
I agree with Isaac. Yes, because they are raising these effeminate males. So I agree with you.
And how are they raising these effeminate males though? Like when you look at it,
Because there's no male figure, no masculine man. They raising these punk boys.
well, no, but how are they raising them? KP, look at these son husbands that are very common in the black community. They
And
want
that's what I'm saying, they're effeminate.
Well, no, but hear me out. Listen to me. Listen to me. Look at how they act. Whenever they get disrespected, who are the first ones they want to jump up and defend their honor? It's these fucking boys. But then they want these boys to cow down whenever they get pissed off and upset.
And that's why they're effeminate. Because a man would say, hey, you're wrong, sit your ass down. You're not gonna risk my life because you're loudmouth ass.
That mother-husband thing's a real thing. One of my friends is, I mean, for years, you know what I'm saying? I remember when his dad left or they divorced or split up or whatever. I can remember that. And like after that, bro, my homeboy became his mom's boyfriend. She got mad if she didn't get no gifts on holidays, Valentine's days. Hey mom, I wanna, we gonna go out of town. Well, you gonna miss this, and I want you to be. I used to be like, bro, like we used to talk about it, and to this day he can't shake it. But then when he get with women, he's like, he can't keep a girl. And this nigga, he can't keep him from cheating on him or nothing. And he's a good dude. I'm talking about good heart, red straight. Credit, everything you would think a motherfucker would want. My boy got it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. There's something about when that daddy leave, bro. It does something crazy. And this is what we're dealing with. I think a lot of the women they don't want. You hear him say shit like, we want to cut our brains off when we go out, and like it's like the most ridiculous requirements. You know what I'm saying? From some of the like people that just come on.
So can I just say one thing about the accountability part, and that is that I believe that it is a parental problem. I don't know if you've ever been out and about or maybe within your family where you will see a black mother with a child, whether it's a boy or girl, whatever, and they will make a mistake, they'll spill something, whatever it is that they do, and the penalty for that mistake is so severe. Like I've seen little black children get punched, cursed out, smacked up, like for something really minor. And so it becomes a problem in their lives. They're not loved when they make a mistake. And so as they get older and they are clearly making mistakes, because we all do, the first thing that they want to do is deny, right? They don't want to accept the responsibility because in their lives, any mistakes that they've made, big or small, has come with such severe punishment. I think that there's a problem there that has not been addressed, and it's coming from their childhood and how their mothers are treating them.
It's actually also from the dislike of the father and the man that was chosen. So it still goes back to the accountability of the woman. Women are doing this thing. You want the autonomy. You want to have full control of what you do, where you go. How you dress, everything. And again, not allowing fathers to be present, whether you want to co-parent or not, or whatever the case may be. Being upset at the father and not allowing the father to be present with the child, regardless of how you feel about the man, is what's causing the breakdown. Mothers are disliking fathers because of the choice she made, and then abusing the child in public, and now the child is going to turn into a social anxiety, feminine gay boy who doesn't know which way or whatever, or even because like it's so respectfully, I'm gonna drop this last little piece. Look up Trevor's project, because Trevor's project is the result and equation to what you're talking about, Thunder. The children not being helped through and built up and putting confidence in, especially young black men. They are not seeing fathers. They're not seeing examples. They don't have uncles, brothers. They don't have men around them to show them how to really chop wood and go play basketball and do stuff that boys are supposed to go do. Jump off a tree and scrape your knee or something. You know, not put on nails and women's heels and strut around like this is it's a very terrible opposition. So again, I'll say it: single motherhood is a disease because it's diseasing our boys, and I want boys to be boys, not tuck their pee-pees underneath their legs. And this is what Trevor's project is about. It's about they're literally promoting that all children are okay. They're saying all children are trans. Really quick.
One thing.
It's really quick. They're
But
saying.
I want to piggyback off of Dr. Thunder. There's a lot of black boys that get beat on by their mother, and the first thing that comes out that woman's mouth, you look like your black ass daddy. It's like, what? I hear a lot of young boys say that. They've been spanked, and the first thing to come out that woman's mouth, you look like your black ass daddy. Crazy.
And you have to really look at like the root cause of that. It all stems back from slavery. People like to say that's just an excuse, but honestly, even scientists have recently confirmed that memory is genetically ingrained. It's not just the short and the long-term cognitive ability of the mind, right? And we see the effects of it still to this day. Like, why would a mom say that about the child who looks just like her? It all stems from that institution where the black woman who worked hand in hand with white supremacy, you know what I'm saying, enacted the law. They were in charge of a lot of the, positions when it came to the field hands because, as is said in the Willie Lynch doctrine, you would control the man through the woman. You know what I mean? You from everything said, yes, it's the fact.
Go ahead and finish, but let's break this down. Go ahead and finish it, but we're gonna break this down.
Right. And then, it even shows to me just like the mentality. Everything that you guys have said, it's fact. It stems from that. Like, why would a black man, a man that looks like you, have to go through these hoops and hurdles, have to make six figures, be obedient to your will, yet be masculine when you want it to be? Meanwhile, you can go to a white man who has literally everything in the opposite direction, and you'll bow to him, obey his every command, whether it's sexual or, anything thereof, and there's no talk back. There's no conflict whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this just happens out of a vacuum? No, it's because of the fear of God that they instilled in the black woman for hundreds of years, right? So for a black man, because their mind has been genetically warped through those hundreds of years of liberal conditioning, right? For a black man to even have half of the value of a white man of no value, he has to have that for them to even in their mind think that it's okay for me to date you because you're not worthy of a superior race. That's the break. That's the program.
Okay, let me help you out, brother. Let me help you out. There's no such thing as Willie Lynch. That was all a lie. So you can kill that argument.
No, I don't need help. That's a known doctrine that's been around for some
No, not so. That was a lie.
That's a fucking lie, man. It's not true.
That's not true at all.
Google it, bro.
If you look at the language, how it's written, you did not speak at that time. No certain individual ever wrote in New Age English. That's bullshit. That's how we got disproven.
Yeah, thank you, doctor. I mean, clearly, some people do like to defend that institution. There really is a divide within the black community between light and dark skin for a reason. That didn't happen.
Before you go into the light skin versus dark skin, let's go back to what you originally said. Let's break this down.
Yes.
Your statement and your stance was the abusive language coming from black single mothers being perpetrated onto their children comes from slavery. I would like to correct you on that. That is not true. We have a shit ton of video footage, photos, black women weren't acting like that. Our great grandmothers did not act like that. Our great grandmothers, the black grandmothers, were some of the most feminine women you can come across, bro. Ask any older black person that's 50, 60, 70 years old. Go through their photo albums of your grandmothers and great grandmothers. These women were feminine as shit. If you look at how black women were portrayed, even if you look at Good Times, even if you look at what you call it, 227, even if you look at what's the one with Weezy, the Jeffersons, what's happening? Yeah, the Cosby Show. No, no, our black women were acting like this, bro. It's once they started taking on the stress of trying to act like men by taking care of protecting and providing an entire household, that's when they started getting stressed out and started discipline, because they had to become the disciplinarians now. Our grandfathers and great uncles, those were the niggas that were those were the niggas that would make us go get a switch off the bush and whoop our ass with it. Our grandmothers and great grandmothers and our aunties weren't doing that shit, bro. So, and yeah, were black women a little more sassy and outspoken than the white women or the Hispanic? Yeah, but they weren't to the degree of what they are today, bro. So it doesn't come from slavery. It comes from the fact that they're donning this masculine persona that they're not evolutionarily fucking built for. They don't have that hard. I'm sorry, they don't have that evolutionary experience to take on that kind of stress of what a man takes on to bear an entire family and a household on his shoulders. So now what you have is you have a bunch of stressed out, erratic, emotionally exhausted women who are disciplining now out of frustration and anger instead of disciplining out of love. That's where that comes from.
And see,
But that's what you feel.
talking about stuff like
I
that.
see things.
Adrian, let's give him a chance to respond real quick, and then Adrian can go after. But go ahead, you get a fair chance to respond.
No, I was just saying if that's how you perceive that aspect of it, that's your viewpoint. I do agree with that, but I do feel that my stance is much stronger because what you said has actually only been. You can say that was appropriate for, let's say, Reconstruction period up till the 20s, but then after that, once we as a people have started to be able to provide for ourselves and acquire material possessions, I believe that because the black woman is very materialistic driven. Once this era starts to come into play, where we can start to interact with whites and shop at their so-called high-end goods, this is when the divide has happened. Because even then, during those times, and I'm talking about real-life examples, not really, let's say, portrayals of real life television shows, because those are fictitious accounts, right? We've seen this in the divested movement as early as the 50s and the 60s. So again, you have your stance, I have mine. Thank you for letting me talk. You know what I mean?
I'm glad the Adrian. I'm glad the Adrian. What's going on for you, Adrian? You got it, brother. What's up, Shaq? What's up, everybody?
The sisterhood. Y'all know what the sisterhood code is? When they don't hold themselves accountable, their sisters accountable for their bullshit behaviors. That sisterhood code here is fucking poisonous and it's destructive. It's to the point now where I don't even know if that sisterhood code rivals the police blue wall of silence. I don't even know which one is stronger at this point. The only time you will ever see women hold their sister accountable is when they have a falling out or some sort of disagreement, right? That is the only time you will see that happening. The sisterhood code, a lot of women will not go through it. They will not violate it because if they do, they get labeled pick-me's and pick-mishas and mammies and shit like that, right? And so for the women that do violate the sisterhood code and be like, nah, fuck that bullshit, I gotta call you hoes out, I applaud y'all. Because y'all get the most backlash and you get the most bullshit thrown your way by those that do not want to face accountability. Like Goddess, right? Goddess gets so much backlash from women on this fucking app, that shit is crazy. She even actually had a room talking about the unholy alliance or the irrational alliance between black women and the rainbow community. Right? Motherfuckers came in that damn room and was on 10 and was like, yo, what the fuck? Disagreed with everything that she said. Even though she was speaking facts, they disagreed. When black men hold black women accountable, guess what? You're a misogynist. You hate black women. Well, let's talk about that. Even if he does hate black women, he hates his mother. Why? And this is going to trigger a lot of people when I say this, but why does everyone assume that every black man was raised by a stellar black woman? A lot of people have ain't shit mothers out here that raised them. They don't never want to talk about that ain't shit mothers. Even if he does hate his mother, I'm pretty sure he probably have a very good reason as to why he hates his mother. Because maybe his mother was a piece of shit. You ever thought about that? Maybe his mother allowed her best friend to fuck him at 14 years old. Maybe his black mother did not put food in the house and left them starving for the whole fucking weekend while she went out and got them dropped in low. Right? Maybe, just maybe, she never attended any parent-teacher conferences or came to any of one of his sporting events. Just maybe. So even if he does hate black women or hates his mother, maybe he has a very good fucking reason. Right? Because a lot of men was raised off of toxic femininity. They talk about toxic masculinity to no end, ad nauseum. But they never want to talk about toxic femininity. Toxic femininity, what it looks like is a mother telling her 9-year-old son, stop crying, quit being a pussy, quit being a girl. She's teaching him not to show emotion. So when he grows up to be a man, now these women they're wondering why they're in relationships with men that are emotionally unavailable. Well, that's because he was taught never to be emotional by his fucking mom to begin with. It's cyclical. Toxic femininity is cyclical than a motherfucker. And they never want to talk about that shit. But you know what? Let me stop cooking like a hibachi chef, flipping shrimp in y'all mouth and my grass.
I want to address America. Okay, I want to address America Jonesy when you mentioned about Good Times. You know, that show was designed, I guess, around Esther Rowe to be a single mother. She turned the road down. She said, no, I'm not going to be a single mother. Out of her own mouth, said, no, it's going to be a united black family. There will be no good times without her. She said, no, I'm not going to do the single motherhood. Hell no. I want a husband. And that's when they got John Amos.
I didn't know that. I really appreciate you for expressing that, because that is one of my favorite shows to watch. I love Florida, and I do think that age bracket does have a thing to do with this. You know, my grandmother passed away at 95, and my mother passed away at 68, and I'm 35. So if you see the 30-year, you know, like it's right, 30 years, 60 to 90. Yeah, that's 30-year brackets in between, you know, give or take a few years. But I do think age gap between a mother, grandmother, and daughters does matter. And it's changing very drastically. If women who are ahead of me don't have the experience to show me what I'm supposed to and how I'm supposed to operate and move in a world of where men are the ones who move this shit. Like, respectfully, this is what the real fight is about too. Getting into male seats, getting into men's places and spaces and wanting to see what men is doing. I don't really understand it. You know, Florida is a great depiction of doing what you're supposed to do and doing it when you're supposed to do it. Cause she ain't insert herself where she wasn't I guess asked to be present. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Amos said, I got this, he said, she backed down. Like, I think the what do they call it, conflict resolution aspect that was shown in that show was very dynamic. But they're not sitting at home watching Good Times. They're watching Sexy Red on YouTube. You know, they're watching Shay Shay House. You know, they watching Megan Thee Stallion. They watching Love and Hip Hop, and now I need to go see what this Love Island thing is, because I don't have TV, and it's not because I can't afford one. I don't need to see what the fuck they doing, because I'm not there. That's not my reality. I'm not bringing that shit into my house. I'm not bringing it to my reality. It's not my everyday, but I do see it happening because I have eyes to see, and I'm an observer. So all I'm saying is like, whatever the fuck this new Love Island shit is, or whatever's going on, is you're gonna continue to spew this quote unquote reality TV, and as long as people have the reality TV in their reality, the black women are gonna continue doing this movement of the wave of feminism, whatever the fuck is going on. So yeah, thank you for saying that.
I think what Katie said about her first iterations on the show is happening. But I'm highly critical of the depiction of her on the screen, right in the show. I said for the was arguably one of the worst black mothers on TV in TV history. And here's why I say that. Florida Evans single-handedly kept them in the ghetto. She, by herself, kept them in the ghetto. Every time that the family had an opportunity to get the hell about the ghetto, she always had some type of pushback that resulted in them staying in the ghetto. In a two-bedroom apartment with both of her grown-ass sons on the itchy-ass sofa, right? All right, case in point. When JJ got a legit job just painting for Sugar Daddy, Sweet Daddy, right? Sweet Daddy was just gonna pay JJ good money just to paint portraits, something JJ loves to do. She made JJ feel bad about accepting money from a pimp, right? Even though it was honest living, JJ really wanted to paint and make money. She made JJ stop. 2, when James and them found money, he found a bag full of money and brought it home, she made him return that shit. She made him feel bad about that episode. Yeah, she made him feel bad about finding some fucking money that no one was coming forward to claim. And that money could have been enough money to get their ass into a 3-bedroom apartment. But Florida Evans, with her sanctimonious, self-righteous ass, made James feel bad, made him return. 3, when James got a new job, a good job, paying him good fucking money, she made James feel bad about working at that goddamn job because it was taking up all of his hours and he wasn't at home. Do y'all know how James died?
Went to Alaska.
Yeah, do y'all know how James died? James died on the way back from his job, his good paying job, and died in a car accident.
Yeah.
Right? Which was some bullshit. Because why I say that's some bullshit? Because look what Florida Evans did afterwards. Right? The whole entire time. Remember when JJ painted Black Jesus and their fortune started to change? Because they had a Black Jesus hanging up in their home and they started getting good luck out of nowhere. Right? Florida Evans argued with Michael up and down. I like white Jesus. The only Jesus that's hanging up in my house is this white Jesus. Right? She said I only know 2 things that in my life. That was my mama and this white Jesus. And when she made them take down the Black Jesus and hang white Jesus up, and Michael had to go into the Bible to show her that Jesus was black, and she was like, what the hell? I didn't know this. It's like, yeah, mama, it's in the Bible. So they hung Black Jesus back up. Their luck started to change. She did all of that shit just to marry an atheist after James died. Remember this, Carl? Yes, she got with Carl. Carl was a fucking atheist. And she married a goddamn atheist after being such a devout Christian and using those Christian values to keep them in the fucking ghetto, only for her to turn around to marry an atheist that had an STD. That is something they can't.
That's when the show they killed off John Amos. They killed him off because he said, you know what, I'm tired of people of my color being depicted as poor. He said, hell no.
Right.
That's why they killed him off.
Florida Evans kept that whole family in the goddamn ghetto in Cabrini Green, Chicago, because of her sanctimonious values. Because she did not goddamn work.
And that's when that show went down and followed him, man. Because I started growing.
Here's another thing. Hold on, here's another thing, y'all. When Thelma was about to marry the goddamn football player.
Yes.
Remember Keith? She was gonna get the fuck up out the door. Take her ass out the fucking what happened? She wanted to have the JJ take pictures at the wedding. That's how she fucked up and walking down the aisle with JJ. And they ended up all on staying in that goddamn, in that home, in that 2-bedroom apartment. I remember that shit. Florida Evans kept him in the fucking ghetto. She kept him in there.
He would have been a good husband.
Chief was finna get the daughter out the fucking news with his football. That's just my opinion about some of the evidence and the depiction of her on TV. That's why I said in the chat, she could arguably be one of the worst black mothers on fucking TV. That's my opinion. Let me go back here. That's my phrase.
All my life I had to fight. That's what he just expressed. All my life. Because you tried wrestling with it just now. You know, you put some muscle and stuff, whatever the fuck. You just put some now, goddammit. You know, again, this is why, you know, with black women right now would call me and Jay male centered. They would call us women haters. They would call it, you know, like
they call y'all big bees.
you know, and even that. Yeah, let's make the haha right. I twist everything up because I'm a rose. I'm a delicate flower. I am. Yes, they will call me, oh, you sound masculine, you sound aggressive, you sound all these things. No. Real women do real things, okay? And the real seasoned women don't sound like it. It's all, you know, it ain't nothing too hard to understand. But what we're expressing is, if you don't like men, I think that's the whole point that I'm trying to get to. If you do not like me, honey, it's okay. Somebody told a statistic the other day, there's like 2.5 million, whatever, or 1,000 women that would be left over if there was one to one pair, one man to one woman. So if you don't like men, just leave the space open for women who want to be wives. Like, I appreciate logical, critical thought speaking where we can actually have conversation and hear each other fucking talk, because I'm telling you, trying to be in a space with only black women is like brain cell death at its highest fucking supreme level.
That's something to do.
I'm like, is this what we went to school for? Because I went to elementary, I went to middle, I went to high school. I graduated those 3 stages. I didn't choose to go to college. I didn't get no associates and all that stuff because I found out the scam early, and I was like, y'all not supposed to put me in debt. So, you know, I moved along from that. And I went along and learned some skills. You know, I learned some trade. I got a few certifications that I can utilize throughout my entire lifetime that I know people are gonna need forever. So I'm just saying, like, pick your battles. You know, if you don't want to be accountable for the choices you made in life, and you don't want no one to say anything to you about it, one, don't come on Clubhouse or social media or any open public app forum speaking about anything that's impersonable to yourself, because people they clearly don't like opinions, and people have opinions and mouths to speak. So I just be pro, like, just keep it to yourself. So just keep it to yourself, because men want women, and men are looking for wives, not unhinged, out of order, chaotic liabilities. Respectfully, they don't want fucking liabilities. That's not what they want. They don't want LLCs. They don't want limited liability businesses for women where they have to buy insurance, the highest life insurance and business insurance for you, because they don't know when you're going to spaz the fuck out and jump off a goddamn bridge and take the business, the house, and they baby switch your fucking crazy ass. Goddamn it, no. You know, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. What the fuck is going on? Lady.
I want to know, doctor, where the fuck have you been?
I'm pregnant.
This is my first time having an encounter with you. You know, you dropping diamonds like Magic Johnson.
Sharp, man. She's fucking sharp. She's fucking sharp as shit.
I'm sick. You never told me about her.
If you look at your back channel, I would answer your question for you.
Okay, I'll check it out.
But see, you know, it's fucked up, man, and this is what I don't like. Because this is where the racism narrative comes in. That black women push so hard that, you know, the country, America's racist against black women. But no, they're not racist against black women. There's just so many Danielles. There's so many Tories. There's so many of these ratchet ass bitches that come in and disturb the scene. So then they get this bad fucking rep. So the women like Doctor and the women like Jay get fucking slighted, man. Because there's so many women on the scene that are so loud and so rambunctious and just put a sour taste in everybody's mouth. Then the whole world starts saying, yeah, fuck it, it's just not worth it to fucking deal with black women anymore, because I know the odds of getting a Tory and a Danielle are more probable than getting a Doctor or a Jay, and that's what fucks black women over, man.
Go back to
optimistic. Stay optimistic.
Jay's a wife, so.
You can go back to the barrel of shit with diamonds. We can give that analogy.
Yeah. It's if I got two barrels that I gotta select from, and there's diamonds and shit in both barrels, and the goal is to get as many diamonds as I can. One of the barrels has 70% of shit and 30% of diamonds. The other barrel has 40% of shit and 60% of diamonds. I'm going to the barrel where I have the best probability of getting a fucking diamond and don't have to sit through as much shit. And unfortunately, that's just kind of how it goes. And it's, and again, we sit up here and joke and talk shit or whatever, but it's honestly sad that, so many good fucking black women don't even get a fucking chance, because there's so many fucking bitches out here, chucking shit at the wall and checking the fuck out. That's why a lot of us black men are divesting. Not that we hate black women. It's just that when we typically come across black women like Dr. and Jay, first they're already snatched up because they're so fucking rare. They get snatched up really fucking quick. So we don't even have a chance. And then it's like, damn, I don't want to sit through 70% of fucking shit. So I'll just go to the barrel that has less shit in it, man.
And see, you remember, a few seasons ago, they had the narrative shit. All male black babies should be aborted.
Oh my God, I've heard
Anybody
that.
remember that time?
Yes.
Y'all remember that whole saga? I remember exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't remember eugenics is a big part of that shit too. If you don't remember the eugenics.
Exactly. Motherfuckers around here was championing the sentiment. All male black babies should be aborted. And it wasn't coming from white people. It was coming from our own women.
It was the femicide too.
A lot of the femicide. It was motherfuckers goddamn championing shit in the exoticals. Remember the exoticals that all moved around? Right.
Yeah, that was like 23s.
Yeah, right. The Misandrous black women that was on this motherfucker had a whole club, had a whole movement, and they were being led by the Pied Piper, a gay black woman. Right? That was leading them down that fucking, their leader was a gay black woman on this motherfucking goddess. When I'm talking about goddess, don't like that motherfucker. Right? The whole exoticals was championing aborting male black babies. Remember when the lady got hit in the face with a brick and she indicted every fucking black man on the planet, right? These are the same ones who danced on the graves of Kevin Samuels. News wasn't even in the ground yet. The news wasn't even 45 minutes old, and they on this motherfucker. They had a clubhouse parade, literally going in every fucking room. He's dead. Fuck Kevin Samuels. Fuck black men. They literally had parades on this motherfucker. Because the motherfucker who was slicing through their bullshit was dead. And they were celebrating that shit. This is not the Mandela effect. I clearly remember that shit happening. Do y'all not remember that shit happening?
Oh yeah, in the city game. I don't know if you were around when Kevin Samuels was on Tommy's stuff on his platform and said, you know what, you need just to clean up your act. And then Tommy got into it because Tommy wanted to be a problem. That's how far back I go with the real deal. There was no such thing as Kevin Samuels. Back in the day, that was what, 2014? When we was all speaking together. together, say, in 2014, 2016.
Yeah, 2016. But I mean, but even then, KB, like you saw the same song and dance, you saw the same shit. It was black women. There's some shit you need to work on. It just being simply, bro. The weapons came out, the tanks came out, the fucking RPGs came out. Like it's like you can't hold these women.
52, just this motherfucker got the shit.
Like I've never seen a group of people who you can't just have a civil conversation. Just say, hey, there's some improvement you can do. You know, we're not asking you to be perfect. You know, we're not. We understand our black women are a different category of women compared to the other races of women, and that's fine. But like I said, the Harriet Winslows, the Claire Huxtables, even look at the women. What's that one show where they were all in college with Dwayne Wade? Different World. Like, you know, most black women, like we understand our women. You know, our women are our women, but even back then, they were still feminine. They still understood Claire Huxtable. Like, if you think about the dynamic between Claire Huxtable, right, and Bill Cosby and the Cosby Show, she was the one that was in charge of that family. Technically, Harriet Winslow as well. If you look at family members, that was technically a matriarchy. But you know what? They never drastically overstepped that boundary to step over the husband or the fucking man. They still had a level of femininity, and still had a level of submission, and still had a level of fucking dedication to that man. Building that.
You remember the different girl when Kareem had to go off on the light-skinned girl he was dating? When he had to snap off. You go look it up on YouTube. He had to snap off and said, woman, don't you ever talk to me like that. And she grabbed that motherfucker and said, I love you. Oh my God, I love you. She knew her damn place. Like when she was trying to challenge that space that I'm gonna take over, or you gotta get the fuck out. And he was like, nah.
Yeah,
I told you to be quiet.
Yeah, and he told her ass when he walked up to her ass in the cafeteria. He was like, look, I love you. I don't like fighting with you. We gonna go home. We gonna talk this shit out, and we gonna resolve this issue. He's like, come on, right? And when we walked away, she looked at her girlfriend and was like, all right, I'm gone. She got up from the
And when they was in their own apartment, he had to step up to her.
Yeah.
She was like, I love you. There you go.
Exactly. Like,
she knew her place.
When that whole bullshit about them hating black men should be reported, the brick lady and all of that shit, every black man got indicted. When it came out to that she was actually lying, that girl was actually lying, and she was scamming motherfuckers. We see
that was her second time.
Exactly. Did we ever see an apology from those women who indicted black men? No. Not that I need an apology from the likes of women like that, but it's just nice to show that you have some sort of integrity. And the fact that motherfuckers did not have any integrity to come on the app and apologize to the men that they indicted and excoriated shows that you're not dealing with integral people. These people's moral consciences are fucked up out there, right? Just like the girl I was just on. You sit up on this app talking all this shit about black men, but your ass is a single mother. That says more about you than anyone. Here you're doing all of this belligerent behavior in front of your baby, but you want to try to sit on your moral high horse in this goddamn room and look down on the motherfucker. I hate a person that try to look down on people or walk with their nose in the air knowing they got big doors.
Yeah, hey, real quick, man. You know, that role was irritating. Apparently, Ambulance was in the room. That was the role I guess was representing. Because it was a couple of us who Lewis, me, Lion, Patrick, and a few other people that was in the room. Going back and forth with these broads, these black broads that were in the room talking shit about black men. And, they're demanding all these fucking things like 6 figures, college education, all this other weirdo shit. And I'm trying to understand, like, what are you bringing to the table?
And then my thing is, the whole time, especially with that Rod Danielle, she can over talk and crazy for like 20 something minutes. The mob letting her do this shit, moving everyone else down. Trying to, and I actually went to like, where's the accountability on your part, on your end? It seems like you're putting every fucking all this on what's going on black men. And you see this shit all around social media, whether it be on YouTube or X or Facebook or Instagram and all these other fucking sites and shit. And all you see is the same stupid rhetoric. But, and then, she's throwing out fake statistics like black men are the most divorced or something like that, or the most single or unmarried.
Is that me or him?
That's him.
A lot of these statistics you're bringing out are arbitrary.
Breaking up.
Yeah, Ray said get a better signal so he can come back.
Yeah.
Because you're breaking up, bro. Couldn't understand the last one.
You guys know how Derrick Jackson got his prominence? Derrick Jackson, right? Y'all remember him? The guy that Derrick Jackson. Yeah, Derrick Jackson was a motherfucker who was, a woman whisperer at one point in time, right? Women laughed up, ate up every fucking thing that he spewed the fuck out. Only for him to come out to be exposed to be a piece of shit motherfucker, right? Now, when he was doing all of this shit, black men was trying to tell black women, hey, stop listening to this motherfucker. Because we know how to threat assess better than women, right? That's just a fact. Men threat assess better than women. This is why when women are with their men, they feel so comfortable just being aloof and being oblivious, being in their phone. It's because they know that us men are going to check out mirrors, we're going to check the surroundings, we're going to threat assess better than them, right? So, men try to tell women, hey, stop listening to this motherfucker. He's a scammer. Like, this motherfucker ain't shit. Those women defended him and said, you know what, y'all just some haters. Y'all just don't like a man exposing our toxic ass, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool, fine. You gonna learn. When it came out that he was a piece of shit motherfucker, cheated on his wife multiple times, all types of shit, trying to gaslight her in real time on the live, all of that shit. He broke that woman down mentally, emotionally, psychologically, abused her in every fucking thing. He was the exact motherfucker that he was trying to tell women about. But you see any women abandon camp? Nope. I'm gonna tell you why. They did not abandon camp. Is that when you ask the average woman to describe her ideal man, watch her describe a goddamn super. Right? They gonna describe a goddamn super people. This motherfucker gotta be physically fit. He gotta be a certain height. He has straight teeth, all his hair. Goddamn. All the women want him. All the men want to be like him. He's financially stable. Blah, 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 blah. Right? That's Derrick Jackson. Derrick Jackson checked off a lot of that shit on those women's lists. And they ate up all of that shit because in their mind, he was the perfect man. Right? Even when he got exposed to being a piece of shit, still did not abandon camp. They did. Even more, they ate it up. He was going to speaking engagements and all of those women was in the front row trying to get their book signed, trying to get pictures, all of that shit. They was in love with that motherfucker. We tried to tell them, don't follow that snake. That's a snake ass motherfucker. He ain't shit. Y'all men just hate it. Y'all don't like women. Y'all don't like women doing shit. No. He was a fucking yes man to you women. And a lot of women suffer from confirmation bias. Right? They don't really want to hear men like us, our opinions. They just want their opinions repeated back to them in a deeper voice. That's all they want. And that's what Derrick Jackson was doing. Repeating back to them all of their opinions about men in a deeper voice.
Yeah, that's right.
Most of the financial burden in that relationship, it was in their respect. They literally, they felt he was that when they complain about it was able to see their living like that they did may have been all forward here, that's may have aggravated. You're always and Eric Johnson, Eric Jackson, and Liverpool, and it's still going on. Because every time I get complaints, I just laugh at the fact that they literally, he's so rich that he was able to make a lot. That's my
Yeah, that's pretty.
I need you to come to a fucking Twinkle Soup can. What's going on? He said I'm working with him.
That motherfucker got 2 cans of the shrimp.
What's up, Pepe? Welcome to the stage.
Oh shit, Pepe in the building. What's up, Pepe?
Just listening.
You can jump at any time.
And Derek Jackson was a total joke.
But that's what they want, though. They want the dude who's aesthetically pleasing and financially pleasing, but they want to fucking control it. They still want to have control and then say so, man. So this man, a man who co-signs are fucking bullshit, and that's all they want, man.
His wife, Steve.
Did they?
Yes, they attacked his wife.
I didn't know he was married.
Yeah, they talked about she was homely. She wasn't aesthetically like none of this shit. They attacked her for being a victim of his bullshit.
That's crazy, man. Dude, like I said, the most attacking of black women I've seen, I personally witnessed, is from other fucking black women when you don't agree with them, you don't co-sign the fucking narrative, man. And it's so crazy how disrespectful that they get. And it's like Tori, the way she showed her ass in here, I'm like, nobody called her out of her name, nobody yelled or raised their voice at her. She got the utmost respect, even though she came in here and showed her fucking ass. And then you got 2 fucking upstanding black women just trying to have a conversation, and she just totally fucking, oh my god.
So Big, this is what I've been asking men to kindly do. Just kindly, respectfully, stoically, confidently. Don't respond. Just don't respond, because it shows who you are, and it levels up who the truth is. You know what I'm saying? The topic, everything, just backing out of the response, because they don't want to hear anything, like you said, that's not of the narrative. Not from a black woman, not from a black man. They didn't want to hear from no one. Not even their own. I mean, honestly, I think if they own babies was to look at them and say, you're a bad mom. That's probably the thing that would turn over the pot cover. If the children actually look at these women and say to them the things that they don't like from early on, not waiting till teenager. No, children expressing like how we did back in the day. Like if somebody was ugly, we said you was ugly. We didn't know if you was a girl or boy. We tugged on our, no, daddy, mommy, like, what is that a boy? Is that a girl? Like, we didn't know. And if we didn't know, we asked questions. But children are not allowed to speak aloud. They're not allowed to express themselves. Young boys, I'm sure young boys are seeing things that their mothers are doing and they want to say something, but oh, woe is me if they express to their mothers that are paying the bills and taking care of them and putting clothes on their back and feeding them and giving them their whole entire life, because she's basically promoting that he doesn't need his father. He doesn't. You don't need him. You don't need him. You don't need to talk to him. You don't know. And if you do have the relationship with the father, it's at bare minimum. So I'm just go ahead.
Guys, there was a classic. When Amber Rose came over here to the last lady Congressman, and Sig went upside down over her ass.
I remember that, yeah. Amber Rose brought her ass in here trying to fucking promote that slut shit, man. Oh yeah, we went off on her ass, man. Yeah, that's what we need to start doing as a society, man. We just need to collectively start shaming this shit, calling it out, not giving it any fucking room and space. And you're right, Dr. Guys. the biggest reason why I do entertain these type of women, because I like to use them as an example. You know, that's the only reason why I give them any type of space. But normally, I don't. You know, I shut it down. I don't even respond. Like yesterday in that room when they started getting all wild and shit and started muting and doing all that stuff, I just like quietly leave them. Like I said, I'm here and argue and waste everything. And especially in your arena where you got the biggest mic in control, ain't gonna fucking happen. Come over here. Yeah, come over here and you know, let's like Tori knows I didn't argue with her. I'm not doing that shit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you show your ass and prove to the world that the point we're trying to make reigns true. You're going to be the fucking example. You know, and again, they're too stupid to fucking realize it, but that's fine. They let it be that way because all it does is prove to the world that what we're saying is right. And it opens people's eyes to say, hey, you know what? They got a point. Now I know how to navigate around these types of women. And then I know that, again, what I love about, like I said, women like you and Jay that come on the stage and are classy and extremely feminine is it helps people to show that, hey, there is a difference. It's not all black women. It's just a certain type. And we know how these women maneuver and navigate the world to stay away from men and avoid them. But we know that women that conduct themselves the way that you women do, those are the women that, you know, will give a chance and will associate. And we won't judge the book by the cover when it comes to women like y'all. So.
Hey, see that story up top, right?
Yeah, I was just reading it. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question, right? And this is a whole entire this shit is fucked up, bro. It's fucking me up right now. Because I'm looking at who was the real victim here in this whole entire story. The woman who got killed, right? She is a mother of 6. Those kids, their father is in prison. Right? Now, she got killed by another black woman over their differences. Right? And I'm asking myself, who is the real victim? Because if you listen to the person who did the killing, she's on live video saying that, hey, this woman was a bully at work. She didn't know how to talk to people. She was fucking up people's money. She's not taking accountability for being get fucked up at work. She said, yeah, this McDonald's.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're
Yeah. She said, when we get busy at work, this is McDonald's, and we have a rush, of course we're going to fuck some overtime. She is the manager. She's not taking accountability for anything that she does wrong. And when she try to goddamn, when she do fuck up, she'll try to cover it up and try to pawn it off on other workers, right? This is what the girl is saying. She said, I'm tired of her fucking with my money. She's sending me home early, right? I got bills to pay and all that shit. And she's at work. I have to work with a fucking manager who's a bully. And I got tired of that shit, right? And so the girl ended up killing her fucking manager. I have to say that, hey, even though this woman got killed, she still has 6 kids. All girls and 1 boy. She got 5 girls and 1 boy. Those kids are going to have to grow up without a mother. And who's to say, hey, she wasn't being toxic to them at home themselves, right? But they also have to grow up without a mother who's dead and a father who is in prison. All because their mother got taken away by another black woman.
No, so Adrian, on that point, you know, I didn't realize that was the full backstory. You understand this is exactly the same situation as Carmelo and Austin. Is that one person bullied another, the other person got fed up and stabbed the other person because of bullying. So I wonder how many of these, okay, we should do a roll on this show.
So here go to
Go ahead.
here go to crapola, right? I'm a reveal, right? I'm gonna put a revelation. I'm a first generation Caribbean American woman, right? And I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these bitches should have got their motherfucking throat sliced a long time ago, cause I'm sorry, I gotta twist the knife a little bit. I gotta play devil's advocate. Some and not all. Listen, black women are fucking bullies. They bully. They is mean. They mean, bro. So and the fact that if you're seeing them doing it to each other, it's because this is exactly what we're talking about. Some of them, I'm sorry, and it's gonna sound fucked up. It's like, whoa, slow down, goddess. I'm telling you, I was bullied by black women. Me too. These motherfuckers are not nice, bro. They don't have niceness in them. Women tell us that people are mean. They will talk about your mother. You know what I find is the most rudest thing to hear is when a black woman says that a black man should have been sucked back up into his father's dick or his mother's
And she said first, recently. Yeah, she said first.
I was listening to a story in my other ear.
My bad. Yes.
That shit sound like my grandmother, but
I don't fully support the narrative that some black women have about how they believe that black men should always be protecting them, and I'll tell you why. Because not only these stories that you are sharing and that Adrian shared, but there was also a case with a black woman, I believe it was in Michigan, who went to a wig store and didn't like the customer service or something like that. And so she returned the next day with her 2 adult daughters, all to beat up that salesperson, and the Asian owner of the store had a gun, and she ended up shooting and killing the 2 daughters. So this woman went to jump to bully someone else because of something irrelevant. You know, she didn't like the service of the wig, whatever it was. And she got her children, her 2 daughters killed over some nonsense that she started. That's why you cannot defend them all the time, because they will get you caught up in some mess.
And Thunder, that's what
that
I'm saying.
regulation I was talking about.
I've been friends with them. I've been in their friend groups. Like, I'm telling you, and people be like, oh, you're not black American. I'm like, listen, it does not matter. I've been friends. I sat at tables with this woman. I watched them plan to jump other girls because you don't like what she. Hold up, pause. Wait, what are we doing? We ganging up to go jump Shorty because you don't like that she got her own hair and she thinks she better than. This is the type of fucking shit that they was bullying other girls about, and I'm sitting here like, bruh, is this what we wasting time about? And literally, like, eventually I had to get up from the table with them because black women would sit at the table and they would drink, like we would smoke the weed, you know, like we was young, we was in high school, whatever, you know, we had our money, work our little jobs. So I ain't gonna lie, and sorry but not sorry, some black women was lazy. They already had babies out of high school. Guess what the fuck they didn't want to do? Get a fucking job. Guess what the fuck they was going to do? Go to the goddamn child support. I literally had to back out of a girlfriend group because Shorty was like, yeah, I'm about to get this nigga. I'm sorry, black American women. The man just came from Jamaica. I knew the brethren. He just came from Jamaica, and she saw him at the club, fell in love with him, and literally found out that he just got a good job, just got his house, just got all the things. He came here, did all the right things. He didn't come here legally. He did the proper things. He was set in stone, had his work ready, and this girl planned and plotted on this man and said, yeah, I'm gonna his name was Jeffrey. That was his name. His name was Jeff. I'll never forget Jeffrey. She sat there and plotted on this man. Sat at the table while we're smoking and drinking and having conversation as young ladies. And she's like, yeah, you know, I really like Jeffrey, but I want to have this baby. Like, I think he's a good man. And the whole thing trickled out into her. She tore him down. The job, he lost the job, he lost the car, he lost the place. As soon as she found out she was pregnant, she went right down to the government. And I'm not lying to you. I promise you, on my dead mama, I never say that shit. I promise you. She went down to the fucking courthouse as soon as she found out she was pregnant. As soon as she took the test, she called all of us on the phone and was like, yo, I'm pregnant, y'all. Woo. And I'm about to go down to the courthouse and file for food stamps and the voucher, because at the time, if you're pregnant, I was born in Massachusetts, so at that time the vouchers was up. So once you found out you're pregnant, they was doing the housing voucher where you could get the 2 to 3 bedroom house or 2 to 3 bedroom apartment already furnished. They give like $3,000 voucher. You get the furniture, you get the house, you get the apartment, you get the bedrooms, you get every motherfucking thing. And child, please, that was the goddamn game. And that's what I saw them doing to Caribbean, African, and even their own men. It didn't matter where you come plot and plan was to take down. So what I'm saying is like, this shit is not, we not just talking about social media, we saying that this is a motherfucking disease. This has, Tiffany Haddish said it's a mental illness. It is. This is are they having gender dysphoria? The WHO said gender dysphoria is no longer real. Bullshit. Bullshit. Black women want to be men. Why? Why do you want to have a big back? Why are you pumping? Why are you powerlifting in the motherfucking shit? Powerlifting 150, 200 pounds on your back. Are you going to carry the man and the children? And are you carrying the horse and the cow and the sink in the kitchen too? Like, why the fuck is you pumping so much goddamn weight? You still not carrying the whole family right. You still letting children down. You still not feeding them good food. You don't want to cook nothing that's not coming out of a box. That's not coming out of a motherfucking drive-thru. I'm confused.
Yeah. That's great. And you know, to that point, Dr. Goddess, it's real because we all don't know each other from fucking Adam. Most of us have never met each other in person. Most of us live in different sectors of the country, if not the world. And when we sit here and have conversations, compare notes, we all got the same fucking stories.
Same stories.
Same stories.
She was from New York. She literally told of my high school experience. I mean, in New York City, we've been, going to school with black women or black girls. And I'm in California, so yeah. Here you go.
Yeah, my ex-wife was mixed. Her dad was white, her mom was black, and she went to Finney High School in Detroit, over on the east side. And the stories I used to hear from her, going to school with these dark-skinned black, they would terrorize her. They would literally rip the hair out of her scalp. They would beat her up, call her a white whore, a white bitch. I mean, these dark-skinned black women were fucking ruthless to her growing up, man. Even her own sister, they got different dads. Her sister's dark-skinned black, and her sister's on this black girl magic, black women are gods, and all this dumb shit. But she was even telling me when she used to get in fights with her sister would physically pummel her, and call her white whores and white bitches and white sluts, I felt bad. I said, holy fucking shit. And she was like, this is what I went through. Yeah, like being a light-skinned, mixed breed, black girl growing up with these black women, these black girls. She's like, they were fucking terrorists, man. They were terrorists.
They would bring scissors to the school, and they would literally cut your hair off if you had the nerve to have long healthy hair.
Yeah. I've heard that from several black women over the years. Yes, I've heard that.
They would really, respectfully, again, all the black women, and the majority of the ones that we're talking about, they will come and say, oh my God, again, women haters, blah, 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 blah. But I sincerely am concerned. And I think everyone else who are speaking, they don't hear the concern. We're concerned about your mental health. We're concerned why you think that being single and by yourself and holding up an entire household, money, finances, discipline, bearing the children, feeding, like you're doing that. And then you get mad when a nigga don't want to come to your house to cut your grass. He don't want to just come over here to cut your grass. Like, you're going to pay him. Go call. Mexican Poppy to come goddamn cut your motherfucking grass. Like, you're not just going to have no man come to call Tyrone. But there you go. Call him too. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm just thrown. Like, why the whole independent, my body, my choice, right? And then I'm sitting here like, okay, yes, you had a choice before someone took over your body. It's perfectly fine. Like, everything they say, I'm like, there's a twist and turn to this shit. My choice, my body. Yes, your choice before your body was taken over. Now that your body is taken over by another human body, you don't have no choice. My girl, like, your choices are dead. Your choice is now that child. Like,
I'm gonna say 56% of women. That number.
Oh shit. Yeah, you're in the matrix too. Sorry.
Shit, what about now?
Yeah, you're clear now, man. You're good.
Alright. I said I read a stat that said 56% of women are on antidepressants. You want to know what's scary about that number? The other 44, the other 44 that's not on medication, right? The other motherfuckers that are not on that goddamn medication. Just think about all of these motherfuckers that are going around undiagnosed mental illnesses and not being on proper medications, right? I guarantee you that a lot of these motherfuckers got one thing in common. That they all on the same fucking medications and they got their medicine cabinet. I guarantee that's what's fucking them up. A lot of motherfuckers are on birth control that is fucking up their mood swings, that is fucking up their endocrine system, that is fucking up their emotional regulation skills, right? Like, these motherfuckers are active psychopaths up here, y'all.
Yo, sure. One thing you have to look at, Adrian, say our age. Look at how many single parents, single women with children is hooked on that shit. It's probably 70%. Guarantee you of women as single parents, especially white women, they are fucking hooked on that shit. Like, not latest, they just pop that shit.
Yo, real quick, I just want to bring attention to the chat. This one I'm talking about, a little skinny, dreadhead ass nigga, Mr. Steer Girl, come up here, man, I'm send you anyway, with your dumb ass logic. And this is what I'm talking about. You can tell this nigga was raised by a dumb ass fucking sick blood. His response to all of this is, well, ain't you niggas black though? That's his response.
What does that mean?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Ain't you? So because we're black, we're not supposed to criticize and talk about how we can improve and do better. And your response is, you dark would that be here, so aren't women in your family dark? Just because I have black women in my family doesn't absolve me from being able to criticize shit again. Then he says, Dr. Goddess, you dark skin, so they talking about you. No, we're not talking about Dr. Goddess.
No.
We're not talking about yeah, come to the stage. This is what I'm saying, these slow ass, dreadhead ass niggas. There's consistency in where this bullshit is coming from, bro. It's stupid. It's fucking, bro, fucking retarded. That's the most retarded response you can fucking give to everything. Are you listening to everything that we've been saying? So because I work for Ford, I can't criticize Ford cars if they have some fucking ailments and they're pumping out limits and there's some flaws in the engineering and the design. I can't criticize Fords because I work for them. That's your logic? Yes, it's a dark-skinned women. Again, not all you retard. You understand what generalizations are. You can generalize, but it doesn't mean you're implying all. We just notice a consistent pattern with a certain group of people that share common aesthetics.
Criticize the internal water pump. God damn it.
See,
I hate that shit.
It's an issue. And I gotta call you out with this here. You're speaking over 2 syllables.
What's going on, baby?
What's a dumbass reader?
I'm entering the Minnie Mouse Mansion.
Oh, God.
I'm bringing my leftover french fries, but I have fresh egg rolls for your shit. It is Friday night, so I'm gonna go get some sushi that you can't have with me. So Sid, I had to come up because I thought was a gentleman, but it's not a gentleman. It was a lady in the chat saying that I wasn't allowed to speak on you, Sig. And I wasn't allowed to have an opinion or criticize because I'm not a black woman. And now you're sitting here saying another black man is telling you how you can't criticize at all. So I have a question. Does the black community have a criticism problem?
Yes. Yes, we do. Yes.
Okay. I'm just asking for a friend in the chat.
So if we have a problem, it had to start from somewhere, right? So
the predecessor of the criticism or lack of criticism in the systems that have promoted the criticism and the issues that we're having started with the pale skin, clear skin. So, which, I mean, it's fine. So are you willing to take the criticism where the root where it started at? Or because we're not up here having a problem because we don't like each other.
No. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm just trying to understand why, from my observation of my lived experience, why the Black community is more critical upon not only their own, but people that want to understand their community more than anything else. They say you don't belong, you are not invited to the picnic, you're not allowed to have an appointment, unless you're not exactly what I look like, then you're not allowed to make sick. Don't be mad at me because I got a selfie picture, okay?
He ain't mad. He ain't mad. He's not good.
What's the question?
No, Jay, hold on.
I was asking sick, but okay.
I know what you was asking, but I'm on the stage too, and I've actually been questioning a little bit, not even like Six stance, but just more so, why do certain particular women feel like it's necessary to insert themselves in conversations that they are the fucking predecessors of, like the feminism we're talking about? We're fighting for y'all shit. This is the reason why we fucked up. So we need to find out why the fuck y'all women don't want to criticize each other about the dumb shit y'all do in y'all goddamn houses. Y'all don't listen to y'all men. Y'all want to be in political spaces. Y'all want to fight with y'all motherfucking men next in the goddamn army. And now black women have got mixed up in this goddamn shit. And we trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with us. But we know what the fuck wrong with us for real. We just don't want to hear it because y'all don't come into space and actually represent and say, you know what, feminists start with us. We couldn't cook clean. We couldn't go outside. We couldn't be ourselves. We couldn't wear our hair. We couldn't speak without our men. You know, men were wife beating us because that's where the wife beaters come from.
Let me help you out.
Right.
Let me help you out real quick.
Just leave.
This is the person you're speaking to.
I know
Very anti-feminist. Very anti-feminist.
That's fine, but I do need promotion of Eurocentric white American point, which is very important. Okay, so
Not white American. Not white American.
okay, well, gee, listen, if you can call it what you want, but I see what
I'm not black. That's an issue. That's an issue. I'm not black.
Scandinavian, Slavic,
No.
Czechoslovakian.
Is that my neighbor? Hey,
Are you an
Can I say what I am? I'm a friend of six.
So you're
When someone was trying to clap back in the chat about, oh, he's this and that, like he won't pick, he'll divest and pick a white woman and whatever. I was the person I said, well, I mean, can you, maybe there's a reason from his experience he makes the choices that he does. We can't judge him.
But there's black women who
And the man, I thought it was the man. You know what, I'll rest in my femininity and I just go ahead.
I don't know you like that.
I don't know you like that. I don't know these white women either, so I'm just
We can take it or not.
I don't know. I'm like a white woman. Like, what you want me to say?
Hey,
Ladies, please read the word. KP is trying to establish.
you want me to talk like this? This not that you want that now? Now on your nail. That's all. That's all for you.
Hey, shut the fuck up right now.
Hey, chill. KP showing the mockery. Go ahead, KP, you got it.
Look, doctor, you don't know me. I don't know you. I know KK. Yes, she can be an asshole at times, but she's very, very close for years. So you have to know who you're speaking to speak to them. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I came into your house, I would not talk to you aggressively. I have to know you and build a relationship. So just be mindful of that.
Basically, that's
Man, like, I'm confused.
I am too.
I'm very confused.
Something you heard.
I don't have a long time. Hubby and I are in Copenhagen, so I just wanted to say hi.
Wait, KK, you said hubby? You got married?
No.
Okay.
Black man going to confuse an Asian woman and a black woman at the same time.
You got remarried. I was like, okay. Well, let's do this. Let's reset, y'all. So yeah, Doctor, KK is our big little sister, like, and she is a smart woman. She was married to a wonderful Marine who lost his life in combat. I mean, beautiful fucking family. And she could be an asshole at times.
Okay, black Marine. A black Marine.
Can I ask a question?
Let me just reset. Yeah, 1 second, Doctor, please. And I promise I'll let you go. But what I want to do is, we got a lot of respect and love for KK. And she does have a fucking mouth on her, but this woman is smart. She's got a beautiful family, beautiful black baby. She was married to a fucking amazing black husband. So this is, she's got our respect and love and admiration. She's part of the family here and been part of the family for years. But what I want to do is I want to reset and let KK and Doctor just kind of redo this because I think your guys' conversation is very interesting.
But before you do that, I just have to ask you a direct question because you say you know this individual, correct? And I'm here in space in correlation. I did not know who she was, didn't care who she was because she was in the goo. She wasn't on the stage and not expressing. So my question is, in your experience with this particular individual, have you seen her in action teaching others about the bridging the gap and how racial rage takes place and white fragility and like has she done Jane Elliott stuff? Or have you seen her cape and stand on the pedestal and actually teach pale skins, clear skins, and those across those boards that do look like her? Does she stand on that like a Jane Elliott? I just need to know because if it's to her, then she need to be important, and if she's not, then I need her to get the fuck about.
Okay, so for one to answer your question, what she stands on is truth and principle and honesty, and that's why she's got our respect. And she doesn't play any favorites in any skin color, any class. She just tells the raw, uncut truth how it is, and that's who KK is. And as far as her getting the fuck off the stage like that's never gonna fucking happen. So we can go ahead and nip that in the bud right now. But what I want to do is I want to bring it down a couple levels because what you ladies were getting into was very interesting. I want to reset it and give you guys a chance. So let's let KK restate her premise. Doctor, you will have the mic next to respond. And Mrs. DeGroot, we see you. We love you. Good to see you, sweetheart. Pretty ass smile. But let's reset it with KK and Doctor. So KK, you got it. Doctor, you can respond.
Thank you, Sid. And I will leave with this because I am a woman. Dr. Goddess, I apologize if I said some words that you may have misinterpreted because you do not know me. I apologize that I didn't convey what I wanted to say that would be palatable for all voices and ears on stage. I directed it to Sig. I listened for a long time in the audience for a reason because I said, you know what, this is a particular conversation and I'm really intrigued and interested to know why this is. Listen, I've heard this conversation with Sig multiple times for years upon years, right? But then when Sig brought up like, oh, this guy said another black man calling me a black, Sig is a black man, this and that. And I'm thinking, well, that's odd, that's a lot of criticism. Then I thought back into the chat, someone I thought was a man, because it was very masculine energy, it turned out to be a female, so I apologize for assuming that you were a man. The man or the female was saying in the chat like, well, you know, Dr. and Jay, they wouldn't take you, and Sig wouldn't want you because he divested and he would only pick the white woman. And I'm thinking, well, there's a reason for that. Are we going to judge him for his experience in life of why he chose that choice? And I am not white. I'm sorry that I do not live up to stereotypes. I did enter the room though with, the number one rule as a female entering the Minnie Mouse Mansion is you got to bring something to eat. And I brought up fried rice and sushi later. Okay? So I apologize, it was misinterpreted. I am here to listen and learn. And I'm flabbergasted that you were so offended by that, but I'm going to take that. And I'm going to work on that. I'm going to listen to that and try to understand the reason is. But the question still is there a problem within the Black community of having criticism? And it's not me saying this as an Asian woman. It's not me saying as a mother who has had Black children. I'm saying this as someone that wants to understand why is there so much more criticism in one cultural community compared to other cultural communities. What instincts or what factor is missing so I can be aware of it, so when my children, when they're young adults, I can understand why there is and kind of correct the behavior to make sure they're not as critical to the point that it's a detriment not to their own community, but also their lives and people within them for them to excel in life. So I will close with this. I apologize. I don't want any woman to feel like I'm attacking them in that position, but at the exact same time, I'm not allowed to ask the question because I'm not Black. I don't get a half a ticket to the barbecue because my children are half Black. And now she does have Black children, so maybe we will listen to her talk. I don't know. I don't know how it goes, so I'm just asking. So my apologies for assuming that the Masculinity Mansion was a safe place for me to ask a question like I have for years with Sig. So I digress and
Doctor, you got the mic now to respond.
Yeah, so somewhere in there was some fragility and then some condescending vibration and then the apology. Then I'm in Las Vegas. I don't know where everyone else is, but Las Vegas is a very interesting place when it comes to prejudice and race. And I'm here with Asian Pacific Islanders. I'm here with Filipino and Filipino Americans. I'm also here with Koreans. I'm here with Vietnamese. I'm here with Mexicans. And I'm here with a very minimal amount of dark-skinned Black people. Just Black people in general. Just Black folks. Whether Black American, African, Afro-Caribbean, it doesn't really matter. Very, very minimal amount. So the prejudices that I go through daily are not your own, but they are a part of the different things that have been pushed through systems. So what I don't appreciate is when I get the feeling that a particular set of persons are more versed in my culture and who I am and what I go through and the criticisms and acts that we as us in the culture and community that we're talking about that we need to get with and understand between us, because there's other things that are going on in your own that needs to be addressed that has actually been detrimental to this particular set of people that you're talking about, that you say you love and care about so much, i.e. the Asian hate bill that was thrown over on fucking Black people that we didn't even have nothing to do with that shit, and they pinned us in the middle of that shit, and I was like, I don't even understand. We eat Chinese food, we eat pho, we eat pho, we eat ramen. That ramen is the Black college students goddamn go to. We made ramen motherfucking famous. I mean, I'm just saying, we've adapted and utilized services from all different cultures. I just personally I'm not excited to hear that someone wants to, be given space, because Jane Elliott was I love that lady. I love her because she took time to teach her own people about the things that they need to fix so that other communities can go ahead and do their job within their own space. Because I do think having minor intruders, and I'm gonna call it like I feel it or see it, intruders in spaces and places where
where persons are sincerely trying to unpack their own racial prejudices within their own race, and then other ears are listening, you do get to take things back, but are you teaching anything is all I'm saying. Like, are you teaching persons to show respect to beings that are constantly under prejudice eyeball? We're constantly underneath the racial line. We're constantly being battered and pushed down because we don't get space and place to be individuals. Like, just talk about it without other people listening and judging or asking questions that we can ask ourselves. You're asking the question that we're literally doing right now. I know she's gone, but I'm still gonna finish my piece. Like, we're literally doing the criticism conversation right now. So it's like, why do we need you?
Blackism bullshit.
No, it's not about blackism. It's about the conversation.
That's what it sounds like, Doctor. Something like
It's about the conversation we had. And you let me just finish because I didn't interrupt you when I had to wait, right? You just let me drop the beat. Okay, all right. Y'all got it. I appreciate the space. Peace and love. Y'all go ahead, whatever y'all want.
wow, go ahead, KP. Go ahead, man.
Whoa, what?
See, you knew that nigga shit gonna pop out in that black woman.
Yeah, you knew it. It came out. It came out. It came out. KK got her. KK got her.
Sorry, I'm really confused. I was sitting here listening, and I don't know what happened.
Same here, Jake.
I just wanted to know that I opened up with I'm sorry. I closed with I'm sorry. My nail salon was calling me, so I just had to take that call.
I saw that.
And I don't know if she accepted my apology or not, but I came back and she got mad and then she left. But maybe perhaps she doesn't know me, so she thinks I'm being condescending, that I'm not being authentic, but I really want to know, like, why the criticism, like, it's harder within the black community, and I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible. It's a problem compared to other communities of people of racial backgrounds, ethnic, or whatever. They're the most critical one towards each other, and then also receiving. That's just my experience. And I'm just asking you, Sig, because we've had this conversation, these types of conversations multiple times. Am I seeing this right, or am I not right? Because what I experienced in the chat and what the guy was saying in the chat, that didn't come up.
No, you're absolutely right. And here's the thing. Whatever team, I think about sports, whatever team's doing the worst, whatever player's doing the worst, they're going to get criticized the most. Why? Because there's a big light shining on because they're not performing up to expectation. So yeah, we are the most criticized because we hold the trophy in all the worst categories in American society. And then too, as black men, it's our job to lead. Guess what? When you lead, it's your job to coach and mold and criticize and help those in your group to become better. So that's why the criticism is so heavy in our community. I personally love black people. I personally love the black community. I've seen black excellence firsthand. You can laugh all you want, but I actually do. And when you care about people, you're honest with them and you criticize them and you tell them the truth, so in that way they can see their flaws and they can grow and become better. I think when you don't care about something, you just shrug your shoulders and turn the other way and you keep it moving. You let them keep acting the goddamn fool like a clown.
But she was triggered by KK specifically because I've been in the room since you opened it, and I spoke directly to her, and she never came at me that way. So I don't understand. That's why I usually don't like to have these conversations, because it's always about not wanting to hear the opinions from people who are not within the community. I don't know why that happens, and I believe that when you love people, you tell them the truth. You have those honest conversations, and you say, look, this is what's going on. It's not about KK coming in here or anybody else coming in here to say, black women, you're bad. It's about having that honest conversation to say what we see going on and how do we help? Like, how yeah, let's make this better.
Right, exactly. Thunder. Jay, I know you wanted to go. Go ahead. You got the mic, sweetheart.
Yeah, I did want to say something. Yeah, that was just a little bit weird because I thought everything was going good, but you know, things happen. I get it. I'm my husband, so I get it. It's all love. I think that when we get into conversations about people can't say anything about another nationality, I call them nationalities because I believe there's one human race. I think it's very weird. I think we all can have opinions about people, whatever they look like or whoever they are, no matter if they're black or whatever. I was raised to deal with everybody, right? My grandmother and my grandfather were Christian. I think they were the real Christians, the kind who loved everybody. I mean, we had all kinds of people in our house. Filipino, Hispanic, Asian, of different Asian nationalities, black, white, you know, all of them were welcome in our home. So that's how I grew up, right? So I don't like to make blanketed statements about anybody. And I also don't like to, but I also think that there's a place to have generalizations about specific types of people, right? I know we've been talking about black women. I'm a black woman, y'all can talk about black women. I don't give a fuck because I'm not the black woman y'all talking about. So talk about them bitches. I don't like them either. Like, so you know what I mean? I don't know. I try to look at things logically. I try to look at things factually. KK can ask whatever she wants to ask. And that's it. But I don't understand what the problem is. That's really what I want to say.
Well, here's the thing. Mentioning the precursor. I tried to speak to her. You know, this is our OG. And you just keep going and you flip it to race. Now you're going to be one of these militant motherfuckers.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was extremely.
I mean, I don't even, what does it matter? Was the problem. Exactly, Jay. The precursor was the problem. They didn't say who I was. They just said hello. Obviously I knew them because I was, you know, shoving and jiving with them when I entered on the stage. But like, she was so bothered by like what I said, and she's like, "Well, how dare you?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, curious. This is a good time to have this open conversation. I didn't just jump in the room and jump on stage. I listened to her for hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. Participating in the chat. Like, whatever.
She's been a dominant female, and you overthrew her because of our relationships.
Yeah, I like her too.
I believed in a lot of what she was saying. That's the whole point. I'm like, yeah. So I felt that I could come up on stage and ask this question because you had a very palatable stage giving back feedback and whatnot. She assumed I was white, and she's like, she didn't believe me I was white, even when I sat there and said I'm not white. And then it's like, oh, so only people that can talk on this subject about anything is that. But then when Sig said, oh, well, you know, you've known her, I don't like the whole pain in the ass part. Shut up, Stickman. Go eat your damn carrots. Go eat your carrots and remove your man's face, okay? But like, I didn't understand why that was, and it wasn't until Sig said, oh, she's...
Who's interested in kids? Real quickly, I want to say this too. There's an elephant in the room. We all know that too often black women are jealous of non-black women, particularly white women.
Someone really offended by that.
Yeah, I was kidding. But yeah, so none of what you said. None of it was rude in what you said. It was just rude in the fact that you were speaking, and she didn't want you to feel like you should be able to speak because you're basically non-black. So it was just a bullshit way to take a shot at you. That's all.
And I was thinking about my shower, but Katie, go fuck yourself. Nobody's gonna stay in the kitchen. You will have to do.
I am.
Nobody go.
to make sure they stay skinny and go hide their hair like they put all that out of in the kitchen. They eat.
You know what's really funny?
So I mean, you're still bald though. You're still balding.
Yo, let Jay go, and then we gotta give the mic to Mr. Group, man. We gotta hear Mr.
I was just gonna say it's so ironic that people come on a voice app and get upset when people use their voice.
Babies are fantastic. I just wanted to come say hi. I got a notification that KK was speaking because I stalk my Asian Korean like there's no tomorrow. So I was like, oh, I have to say hi. But anyways, love you all very much. That was quite interesting to witness. Oh, thanks, guys. But yeah, it's good to see you guys. It's good to say hello. It's been a minute, so it's a little bit difficult. The little one is 17 months, so he's a terror because he can walk, babble, and he has a death wish. Every 17-month-old has a death wish. So yeah. Anyways, it's good to hear from you guys. It's good to see you all.
Yeah, good to see you too. Tell the hubby we said hello.
Oh, I will.
What's up, Dad? What up, brother?
But hey, just for the record, look, we ain't got nothing against Doctor. You know, she had a little spaz out moment. Everybody's entitled to a little quirky shit, you know. But overall, I still got respect for her. She's more than welcome here. And I do respect the fact that she just gracefully bowed out. She was gonna start with that arguing shit, but I think she caught herself. So I gotta give her respect for that, man. So she's wrong. We're all here. Nobody's perfect, y'all. Nobody's perfect.
I am proud of us. So,
Man, what you mean out that goddamn bathroom?
You sound like you got the phone next to the toilet and we can barely.
I have a phone that I have a fan next to me. It's about 90 degrees somewhere in it.
Okay, yeah, much better. Yeah, go ahead.
The one thing I am glad I see how these like clubhouse, but the internet in general, black people start to be black actors. I am actually proud, honestly, because I used to be when I was a teenager that I was interested in scammers and racists. That's literally scamming the racists. Now when people are getting out of it, and I think Dr. Goddess, she's well on her way out. I'm glad they're doing it because this might actually start solving the problem that a lot of Black Americans have. We cannot progress because the ones that are doing the progression movement are allowing racism. You can't get anything done. You can't finish, you can't get sympathy. You can't even go to the courthouse because then it's going to be like, all right, let these people stay for 20 minutes so we can start getting back to business. So yeah, less black activists we got, the more vulnerable people we're going to have, and I hope Dr. Goddess does get out of that so she can go back to the conversation and learn from KK real time interpretation. She knows how to make something.
That is true. That is true. Collard greens, cornbread.
She greens, made, she.
I didn't know how to make that. I haven't learned how to make that. That's for sure. I mean, yeah, it's probably not as good as the stuff.
KK and some chips.
If you ever want to know,
No, I ain't doing that. No chitlins.
If you ever want to know,
Hell no. I don't ever eat chitlins.
Yo, if you ever want to know, it's like the collard greens with chopsticks, KK.
What?
Don't ever wash your collard greens in the bathtub, okay?
Sorry, I'm not Kamala. Not Kamala. Oh, by the way, Judge Joe Brown is in another room on Clubhouse right now.
Oh, it's your boy, KB. It's your boy.
Yeah, my name.
Dr. Julio.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like we gotta get off this black shit, man. And anybody can criticize anybody. That's where we need to get. At the end of the day, when you're fucking up, anybody should be able to call you on your shit. Shut the fuck up, listen to it, and if it's valid, take it, fix it, keep it fucking moving. If it's not valid, then be and responsibility to get the Asian community on track. That's how.
Isn't it ironic that the group that has the highest opinion and the most opinion about everything on the one group that trying to marginalize everybody else's opinion on them? That's fucking ironic.
Yeah, good point. What's up, Alan Dean? Welcome to the stage, bro. Hermit, welcome, man. Good to see you guys.
Have you heard, by the way, that in the comic books, Black Panther is white now?
No. Did they change it over? You gotta be slim.
He's white, yeah.
Yo, Alan, speaking of Black Panther, you know what's so funny about that fucking movie? How the racial undertones of that movie. Like, the first one. Think about this, and I saw the dude break this down. This is not my original thought for the record, but I saw the dude break it down, and I was like, damn, there's so many racist undertones in that movie. So if you think about it, you remember that scene when they go to like the caves or whatever to meet with that other group to gain allegiance with them. Those guys are like dressed up in like the fur, like coats or whatever. So they're sitting there. Yeah. So their original greeting was and hot like monkeys. Remember that scene? Because they depicted those black men as monkeys, making monkey sounds and acting like monkeys. Then the drink that made Black Panther like human, whatever, was like a purple. It was a purple color. It was a purple foot.
Yeah.
Yep. And then when the fucking spaceship or whatever landed in the hood with those black kids playing basketball, what's the first thing the black kids say? Let's fucking hack it up and take it to a chop shop. Let's steal it and fucking take it to a fucking chop shop.
Or even the first scene to have two black men fight each other was stupid.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was in another review I saw. It's like, in the modern age, are you really going to decide the leader of your country through physical combat? I mean, there's even that part of it.
Yeah, but isn't that how all animals do it? Like, think about that.
That's just how animalistic people are anyway, too.
Yeah, I know, but we do it in different ways. In the United States, we have debates between the candidates. We don't have Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in a ring.
I hate to see that motherfucker.
I would too, but, generally speaking, we don't win. I mean, that was just another point. I mean, but yeah, there was a lot of that. And the fact that, I forget, what was his name, Killmonger? The idea that, the uncle and the little kid who becomes Killmonger are living in America, and Black Panther comes and kills Killmonger's father. Well, bring him back to Wakanda. Why are you going to leave him there alone? He's still your relative. It's like in 300, the deformed guy says, I want to be a soldier. And, the leader, I forget his name, says, no. Leonidas says, no, you can't be. You don't leave them there to wander off to your enemies. Either kill them or put them to work.
Some kind of genuineness was also in that movie. It was some genuine scenes, like the black female, were not necessarily angry all the time, especially with the black man.
Well, that was his original girl.
Well, that's historically and accurate. Come on.
That was like one of the most accurate things. He always had a female girl. But God pointed out that it was fucked up how he came back to Chile and inherited the title. He actually lost fair and square, so he should have never regained it. So it's like they basically betrayed the official king to go with the loser to get him back to the throne. So it was what's the word coup for him to get back in place because he lost. fast way, so there's no reason for him to get back on the throne.
Well, he never lost because he didn't die.
Oh, he had to die. Oh, okay. Well, they had to run it back then. I guess it was no longer.
And that's when he ran it back. And once Killmonger took over and took the juice, and they both took the juice together. And
No. Hold on. I just thought about it. He would have died, but she gave him some of the shit back, right? Because wasn't he dying? Like the other people found him and they saved him. So they broke the rules then. Because if he was stranded, he would have died.
And he didn't take anything until later, after Killmonger took the juice.
Yeah, but wasn't
So that was going to be another equal.
Yeah, but didn't you just have to defeat the other person? Wasn't a rule they had to die?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yes,
I gotta see that.
he had to die.
Say that
That's
again.
why he got tossed on the river. He thought he died.
Okay, here's why. That can't be valid.
They kill the person
No.
to become the king.
No, listen, remember at the end of part 2, old boy is showing in the throne so easily because, is there somebody on the throne at the end of part 2? Was anybody? Because if he lost, that means you have to die. So I don't think you have to kill the person. I gotta look at it again. But yeah, I think you just gotta win the battle and have them heal. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, the first fight. The first fight, hopefully
He
healed.
tossed his ass over.
Yeah, but remember the fight, the big dude, the people that was hosting this shit, wanted he gave up, right? Yeah, he gave up, didn't he? For to kill him to actually take it at the beginning. Okay, so he had to heal. Alright.
Yes, heal or die. That's the way it was.
Yeah, you didn't have to die. So you're right, Free.
So it's heal or die. That's the way it was.
But he was saved, so he should have died. If he wasn't saved, he would have died. So he,
And he didn't die, so he had to go back to reclaim it. But Killmonger already took the juice and burned up all the fucking plants and shit. And they said, well, we got a bit of other juice left. And that's when he took the juice. He said, okay, we're gonna make it equal. Because if you look at it, he was never challenged prior to. He became Black Panther only because of this shit that happened to his father got blew up in that building. He just took it for lineage. He really never had to fight anybody. And he just broke Big Boy's ass. He really was never challenged.
Well, in any event, I think in the comic books now, there's, who knows what will happen. Maybe, everybody will start using mayonnaise in Wakanda. I don't know. And put raisins in the banana salad.
Alan, nah, bruh.
And that's why I think they're gonna skip. They're gonna skip because in the last one, he had a son. So he may be the next Black Panther because the Black Panther and Storm married each other.
Yeah, but it's really kind of dopey because why are they loyal to this one particular family when there's a number of tribes who can put forth a candidate who can maybe better than this one particular family? If you think about it logically, though it is still a comic book.
He's talking about Stan Lee writing this shit.
Yeah, well, I know, but I mean now. Even now, it's like they're loyal. The storyline is loyal to this one particular family. When, if I understand it, it's not necessarily anybody could become Black Panther if they're the strongest person, So.
And that's why they twisted stuff up. That's why they want to do it different. It's not 616. It's I don't know what universe it is. Now
Dr. Doom is Tony Stark.
Yeah, I think the main thing is Marvel is that's the big.
Yeah, because it is going to make everything sissified.
Oh yeah. I mean, Iron Man is now that Riri, that teenage girl, who by the way is so much better than Tony Stark ever was.
Iron Man is Dr. Doom.
Well, the characters, but the new Iron Man movie came out and it bombed. Like all their movies are bombing now.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four bombed. They're just, yeah, as you said, they pussified the entire universe. And nobody's going anymore.
Yeah, they had a good run from Ghost Rider with, what's his motherfucker? The Risen Ghost Rider.
Oh,
Cage.
Yeah, Nicholas Cage.
And that started a whole run. Everything was good until they brought Lee, what the fuck is her name? Reason or some shit. And Captain Marvel. That's when everything went to shit.
Yeah. Well, Bob Iger fired Nicholas, Perlmutter, I forget his name, who was overseeing it. Yeah, by the end, look, and by Endgame, you had a story arc that went over several years. It ended, and then they got woke.
Yes.
They changed all the
everything.
Yeah, and Disney didn't know what to do with it. They just
Because between the late boomers and Gen X, we went through those comics, and they just went to shit. Right now, now they trying to redo it with Deadpool. That's why they brought back King Jackman. Because he remember he said he was done. He did not want to play this shit.
yeah, but then his bank account started getting low.
And they brought him back. Great movie.
Yeah, I just
Thor was done.
Horrible one.
Because Thor was done.
Oh yeah.
Chris was done. He's like, nope, I don't want to play this role no more. I'm going to get typecast. And they said, you know what? They're moving in a different direction. And now he's back on the ass again saying, no, this is some pussy shit. No.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the last Thor movie, but I mean, the reviews I saw, it just gets totally emasculated.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, it was just terrible.
Yeah.
That was trash.
Yeah. I always say superhero movies are movies for boys that girls can watch too.
That's what a Superman movie is. Trash.
Yeah, I heard it's complete. It's
like, how you gonna put this motherfucker back in the original suit? Come on now. It's stupid. Because James Gunn like doing goofy shit, and I like James Gunn. He's a good director, good writer, but he has a habit of trying to undermine seriousness and stuff, which is competing with Marvel, because of course he's working Marvel. So he's trying to bring the element of whatever. It's like, no, fuck all that. I don't mind the darkness, but of course, if it's too dark, it's gonna be a turn off. But I also don't mind the comedic part. But if it's too goofy, then it's not good. It's back to Marvel again. So it's like, have a fucking good balance, and that's part of the criticism I heard, that he kept killing good moments that could actually build story and pull people. Because the last guy that played Superman was a great actor. He left. Did a Henry Cavill typecast. Yes. And he did what was that movie? The Witcher. No, not the series. He did another movie. It was like a secret agent, and nobody knew who the fuck he was. And it became a great success. I think it was like one of those 007 type movies. And he had a great role. Argyle or something like that. I didn't see it, but it was like
car gal or some shit.
Some shit out of Nine or spend.
I know he did the Mission Impossible. That was pretty good.
Yes, there you go. When he had a mustache, no beard, nothing.
Yeah, that was good.
And yeah, he played a great role. Yeah, it's really rough. He came back to something and it's like, okay, I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, if you ever watched the Tudor series about Henry VIII, he's in it as well.
Tudor.
The Tudors. It was on Showtime probably at least 10, 12 years ago. He was in there.
I know her.
Yeah, it was a good series.
Yeah, that's my ex-wife said she loved that English history shit.
Yeah. But,
because that's all the Game of Thrones was about. All English history.
Yeah.
And nobody knew about it. Yeah, I can't find a good series much.
Yeah, I never watched Game of Thrones because there's no spaceships in it. It's gotta have it's gotta have spaceships or I'm not interested.
Sorry, ladies. Boys are being boys right now.
Well, but see, that's the thing about all of those movies. I mean, I remember that one of the actors saying, I mean, look, we're grown adults and we're dressed up in these costumes. It's, you know, it's a fantasy universe, but it still needs to make sense, you know. And it's like, you know, what. You know, a little boy sees Superman flying through the air and he thinks, oh man, I wish I could fly through the air. Dare I say that little boys are going to fantasize about doing that and beating up all their bullies and having super strength more than little girls are. And so what Disney intentionally tried to do was say, oh, well, we're not going to market to boys anymore. We're going to market to girls. And so in order to do that, the girls have to be strong and the boys have to be weak. Which is actually a misinterpretation because there were always strong female characters, but they were realistically strong in the fantasy world that was created. So, and it came at the expense of everything. So that you literally, the girl is a girl can never be seen as being weak ever. So literally, you have a scene with the girl hanging off a cliff by one hand, and if the boy is there or a woman and the man is there and the man can save her, the rules are that the man can't save her. So what will happen is he will try to save her, he will screw up, and she will somehow end up saving herself. That's just one of the rules that they created, and it just becomes annoying because it's unrealistic, number one, and number two, it turned off the entire, your core audience.
Because men are going to go to movies to see that. We're going to bring our children, wives, and everything. Women are not going to the box office like that. No.
Anyways.
Hey, niggas are comic book nerds, man. I can't even fuck with this conversation.
Yeah, did you see the John Wick stuff?
Oh, yeah. I got the whole 4 DVD collection.
There you go. I'm bringing Sig back into the conversation.
Yeah, I can fuck with y'all.
We're gonna name a fuck man up now.
Ain't no fear got guns.
Where's that John Lee?
Yeah, we used to know a friend of a friend of a friend who like designed the handles for like some of the guns he used in the movies, but
Talking about terror. Terror attack.
For the one of the John Wick movies, and that's all the information I know about.
Okay, gotcha. Cause you're out in Cali right now.
Yeah.
Is he the guy out in Cali?
Yeah.
It's probably Terror then. Probably Terror attack. Yeah. It's probably. Yo, that dude's guns, some of the guns he fucking modifies and designs, bro, fucking amazing. I've shot, one of the gun shops has one of his guns, and these guns, man, he'll take a $600 gun and modify it, and then charge $10 grand for it. People pay for that shit. One of the gun ranges my buddy owns in Michigan, he's got one. Yo, that fucker shoots like a dream, bro. That's like probably one of the best shooting guns I've ever shot. Like, fucking amazing. It's like a Ferrari. It's like a Ferrari. He'll take a Honda Civic and like modify it and turn it into like a Ferrari. Okay, where you been? What you been up to?
Oh God. I just had a lot going on. I was living in London for a while. Yeah, so no, I remodeled my house. I got an offer, like off-market offer. I couldn't turn it down, it was too good. So I accepted it, and then so claiming that they were gonna buy my furniture in the house, everything, the curtains, everything. And then so I was planning on moving, and I was like, well, this is the time to put my personal goods in storage and go live in London, because I used to work over there. I live over there a couple times a year. Lived over there and fell out of Nestro when the California fires happened. And then during the fires, since I was out of country, I ended up moving a couple of veterans into my house that lost their home. So I had like two or three blended families living in my house, in my guest house. And then when they moved out, there was some damage to it. I get it, they have kids, whatever. I'm kind of a neat breed. And then the fire maps change. So when they change the fire maps, it changes your insurance and fire insurance you can get and the cost of it. And I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm like, I don't have any place else to, move to. So I just came back to the house and then took my house out of market. But then when I was overseas, I lost access to my Clubhouse account, my Google Voice, and my Telegram. So it was like between devices, right? So I had to switch devices and everything. So anywho, that's where I've been. So I'm sorry I killed your room. I didn't mean to.
No, you didn't kill shit. You're good.
I feel bad.
No, it's all good. We've been talking for hours about it. Time was getting ran.
I liked what she was saying, though. I agreed with her.
That was real. Because I'm sitting there like, okay, maybe it's me. Let me just shut the fuck up and try to follow this shit. I'm like, I'm fucking lost, man. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck.
No, I was really trying to lean into empathy and retrace like what I said that would be problematic, and that's why I apologized. Started with apology, ended with apology. That wasn't the intent. But then when she started going down, like, have I done my work? And it's not something about the Asian hate bill. I'm like, oh my Lord, I don't know what's going on right now. But I was trying, and the thing is like, I think she thought maybe it was coming after you, and I wasn't. I was asking you a question.
And that's what I caught that. So it seemed as though, I came in at the tail end, but I don't know, Sig, if you guys started formulating. I know KK and I have both not been on the app for a while. So I don't know if you guys have formulated a deep relationship, and then KK boom comes up being KK. like, why are you talking to Sig like that? She kept saying, we don't need you to talk to Sig. You don't need to talk to him like that. I was like, man.
Okay, that makes sense. Now it makes sense now. Now it makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'll give her some grace. She didn't understand that. Okay, that makes sense.
But I was calling Sig fat in the chat.
Right, but I'm very much that way.
I've been calling you fat for years, KK. That's why I was like, I'm tired of seeing that attention when to make it fun of you.
Hello.
Okay, that makes sense now. Thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it really was just, she was being quite protective, and she thought this, first and foremost, she thought KK was white, so she was like, oh my goodness, there's a good black man, and here comes this white woman, and, who the fuck are you? And in my head, I'm in the goo like, bitch, who the fuck are you? Right?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, I'm back channel her, okay, so she was moving with good intention. She just didn't understand that.
And here's the thing, because I do the same thing for you or Brad or KK, right? If someone were to come at you guys, given the fact that we've been entwined since 2021, I feel a certain way, right?
Right, okay, the same thing here. Yeah, same thing here. I thought she was like, well, I'm gonna need her to get the fuck off set. I'm like, nah, bitch, I ain't never had this. I can't rock with that motherfucker.
I would agree with that, but this is the thing. When I asked my question, Sig automatically said, like quickly before I could even end my sentence, he said, yes. Yep, there is, you're right, And that's when she, came off mic and started talking with me, which is fine. So it's kind of like, all right, well, Sig is agreeing with me. Let's have this conversation. And I was willing to listen to her and try to understand, but she didn't even believe me that when I said I wasn't white. She's like, well, you don't sound Asian. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? We start talking about coloring nails for $1? Like, why would I come up to the stage and I brought, chicken fried rice and teriyaki with my sushi later, as a joke. Why would I? And I didn't.
I don't feel like she was listening. Okay, I feel like she didn't know that you had an established literal 5-year relationship with Sig. She got caught, being crazy, and then turned around, and it was about Vegas and being black and how
Asians in Vegas.
It was weird.
It's like a white woman saying, but I have black friends. That's what she's saying about Asian. But I live in Las Vegas. There's Filipinos here, and I'm like, there's Asians everywhere in the world. You can't get away from us. We sell wigs, do dry cleaning, and nails great. You can't get away from us. We're everywhere. Right. What I did. Shut up. Did you read in the chat? I haven't had an accident or a ticket in decades. Okay? And I haven't had fat decades either, Mr. Sigley. So shut your trap on that one. When she did say, it's like, well, you were very condescending. And I was like, oh, I didn't need any condescending. So maybe she thought,
you were being his friend, and that's kind of the point, KK, is you came up.
She didn't think I was. She thought I was being condescending. So I need to be aware of that and correct myself on that. I'm woman enough to do that. But she brought up the Asian hate bill. I'm like, oh, this is some black on Asian hate right now, and I get it. I get it. I get it all the time, every day. In fact, I love black women. I love black men. I love my kids. I love the community. I'm frustrated that we can't have these types of conversations, and maybe I am ignorant to some things, and I'm open to hearing what I am ignorant about. But to assume I don't know anything, and I assume that I'm being racist, and the way I'm asking a question and whatnot was no. And even when KP and you guys said listen, she was married to a black man, she has biracial kids and whatnot. She wasn't backing down from that. She was like, I don't care. That doesn't mean anything, right? So that's why I was like, okay, well, I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to. She didn't believe me. That's okay. Yeah, I gotta learn not to sound condescending sometimes.
She didn't know what she was saying. expecting Sig. She wasn't expecting Sig to stand next to you. She didn't realize you guys had a relationship. She was pulling shit out of her ass. It was really uncomfortable. Nothing made sense. And here's the thing. When it comes to community, like, why is the Black community a lot more, what was the word you guys, what was it, like, judgmental, right? And critical within yourselves and other people. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not the Black community I'm familiar with in real life. I don't know if I just happen to have a token Black family. I'm starting to believe that based on Clubhouse, or the fact that we mountain and northern Blacks just don't engage in urban bullshit. I think this is more of a location in a, I hate to say it, economical like issue. I do not know Black Americans who are middle class that do not live in the city that have this issue. I really don't. Now, are there issues within our own homes? 100%. Are we critical of our own homes? Yeah. But my Black family, we take care of things internally. And my dad has no problem saying it with my fucking almost 36-year-old ass, sweetheart, you're retarded, you're dumb, you're stupid, stop doing this. And it's like, okay, daddy, we'll do, right? But
it's being critical of the little things, like the guy that was saying, saying to Sid in the chat, like, well, you're talking about, aren't you a Black man, N-word, whatever, like, that's what I'm talking. It's like critical of the little things, like
that doesn't happen in my family.
Well, not mine either. I've witnessed it, I've experienced it, but in my daily life, no. But I'm trying to understand it.
Yeah, I don't think it's real. I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. This has to be a socio-economical, urban sort of phenomenon. And not to be rude or classist, but I don't hang out with people of any race in that community. Because I don't like city. Well, KK, you are city, but you're like the exception to the rule. I'm an urban baby.
Louder.
I'm an exception to the rule, baby. I'm the Black brat. Okay, I'm an urban mountain bitch. Okay, I don't do city. But I don't do it. I don't do it.
You're a Black redneck.
That's a fact, Sig. That's an absolute fact. Okay.
She got excited about something of tactical pants. Like, what woman wears tactical?
Look who she married to, of course.
She's I'm like tactical pants.
I am a Green Parade daughter, Ranger wife, baby. I don't know what else to be.
Daddy and husband, fucking old badass. What you think, man? She's all tacked up.
But I look great in my dresses. I still hold the classy look. I still have the DC sort of aesthetic, right? I can go the best of both worlds, but yeah, I don't do city people. They're retarded, except for you, KK. Yeah, I don't get it. It's like I said, bottom line, that mentality is screaming urban, lower middle class. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know what else to say. That's not the reality, KK, that you and I live in, or most of the people on this stage. And so I don't comprehend that world because it's just not our reality. I don't know. Yeah. Sounds rude, but it's.
It's true, yeah, I get it. I've been hanging out with some rural people. It's the same way, man. They don't have shit to do with city slickers. City slickers just come in and fuck everything up, convolute everything. And, man, y'all rural people, y'all just got a nice, simple, easy, stress-free world and life, man. I get it.
Yeah, you're more suburban. Like, think about when I hear this in a rural area. Fuck that. I don't want to see a nigga feet 5'4". I can't stand a nigga. No.
Yeah, KP, yeah. See, this is what I'm saying, women. When it comes, y'all are superior when it comes to social cues. Because I would have never guessed that in a million years. Mrs. Tippett broke her down. She thought KK was coming at me, so Doctor was trying to defend me, thinking that KK was coming at me some type of way. So that's what that came down to. So I will give her grace. I'm gonna actually back channel her and just let her know like everything's cool and apologize for any.
Well, that's why I had to stop her and say, the relationship. Like, yo, they've been knowing each other for years. We know each other. And then she just went straight from like.
Yeah, I call it fat every time. Like, who does that unless you know?
That's because you care about your big little big brother.
Yes, get your shit together.
No, you're right.
Get it tight.
I lost 40 pounds, KK. I lost 40 pounds, so I'm working on
Still fat, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I can't argue.
What's your jean size, man? Because I got a bunch of jeans right in the men's warehouse. I can't fit, bro.
I don't wear jeans, bro. I wear cargo pants, tactical cargo pants.
Okay. They got pockets, man. You don't need pockets in the pants. But sometimes you gotta put a jacket on and go out with the woman.
What are you putting in those pockets?
Knife, flashlight, wallet.
This motherfucker always on my dick.
A Snickers bar and a honeycomb.
Oh, goodness gracious. Say, fasting is the way to go here. I'm going to send you this picture. Yes, fasting. This is 17 months. It's both me and my hubby, so I'm not being crazy here sending this. Let me see. Let me hit send. There you go. Take a look.
Alright. Yo, I just did paid on the 4th. I think
Take a look.
6 and 7, 8.
17 months, Sig. 17 months. And that is. Oh, I'm gonna send it to you in your back channel. It's or in your Telegram. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Sig. I mean,
You already married to motherfucking Dolph Lundgren. I mean, come on.
Go ahead, KK. Take a look.
Oh yeah, no, for I think 17. Yeah, that's what.
17 months.
Yeah.
17 months.
No, your husband's fucking jacked for his age, man. That motherfucker's jacked, bro.
I'm looking at what the fuck is it?
Oh, here, I'll send it to you too, KK. Yeah. I just don't normally send pictures like this, you know.
Oh yeah, congratulations. Having a baby, man. That not too long ago. No, it's good, man. Fuck yeah. So yeah,
Fasting. I'm telling you, it is heavy lifting combined with body weight training. Okay, like animal flow movements.
Okay.
That's my warm up. An hour and a half to 2 hours of heavy weight lifting, and I don't eat more than 1,600 calories a day. I eat one meal a day. It is dense food. It's wild rice. It's chicken breast. You can beat the hell out of it, so it's tenderized. Endless vegetables. You can eat as much Greek yogurt as your little heart can imagine. A handful of nuts and fruit. You're full. Now the first week feels like hell. Okay, because you're starving, and then out of nowhere you're like, oh my god, I feel amazing. Like I don't need to. We eat way too much food. We do not need to be eating 3 meals a day. Whoever told us that is a fucking liar.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Okay, cool.
I'm a keto diet.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, once you go through that first week or 2, you're gonna smell like shit. You're gonna have your brains out.
Right. I mean, but here's the thing. I did it. If you can do a 48-hour fast and still be able to poop twice a day, you definitely have been eating too much food. That's the sign, because you're flushing your body out and you're still able to poop twice a day. You have way too much food in your system. So I just recommend saying you gotta cut back on the food slowly. I don't want you to like faint, but you've gotta be doing weight training for at least 1 to 2 hours, heavy, intense training, and start eating within cardio doesn't really work. I think cardio is overrated, right?
Cardio for men is different.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cardio doesn't do shit for me. But I don't know if that's because I hike a lot, right? That could be the case. I'm very active to begin with, but Sig, gotta hit the heavy weight training and you gotta cut back on your food intake. And I promise you it's gonna melt away. 80% of your body is based on your food intake.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and that makes sense. I did the keto thing, so that's what I started dropping weight quick with the keto. I do.
Yeah, but the Japanese purple potatoes, the sweet yams, those are good for you. Wild rice, those are complex carbs, right? And so that sort of fiber flushes out your system, and that really aids in weight loss.
Okay, so I get my fiber from, so I do a lot of hummus. I've been eating a lot of hummus, and then I get the keto bread, so it's got a lot of Italian fiber that cancels out the carbs. And then I've been
It's about the type of carbs that you have. Look at your carbs and the glycemic index of each food type. For example, people will think corn is not a carb, it's a vegetable. It's a carb because it has so much sugar in it. It has natural sugar.
Right, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So when you're looking at carbs, readjust the type of carbs that you are consuming, and it'll help you drastically. Because what the fasting diet does is it puts your body, it starts to put your body into like what is called ketosis. And that's where your blood sugar tries to neutralize itself, and it burns off all the leftover sugars first before it gets to actual burning the fat. So you need to burn, so if you don't have a lot of excess sugar left, then it'll go immediately into fat burning. So you're training the burn. That's why they call breakfast, you break your fast. So that you can do one, wake up and just drink black coffee and water, do a fasted cardio, right? And limit your food intake hours to like 3 or 4 hours, you're gonna be good to go. When I want to cut down, I'll go into, I don't eat breakfast anymore. I might eat something like at 1 o'clock and then I eat my dinner, but if I want to like lose weight quickly, what I do is I go to 1 meal a day and I eat around like 4 or 5 o'clock and then that's it. Yep, 1 meal a day, go back. So, but look at your carbs. So like good carbs would be like blueberries, right? Yeah. Blueberries are a great carb because it doesn't have a high glycemic index. Bad carbs would be white bread, corn, which has a high intake with it, apples, oranges. Yes, bad. But then pears are good because they have a lower glycemic index, like marathon runners and gold. Yeah, like let's eat oranges. No, you're gonna up and crash. Eat a pear. It lasts longer. Even when they like kids, because oranges and whatnot. But that's basically the name of the game. So if you can start slowly like delaying when you eat your first meal of the day. When you wake up and you're first hungry, have your coffee. No cream, no sugar. Like just black coffee.
No cream, none of that sugar. I got rid of all that sugar.
And then yes, heavy cream will not elevate your blood sugar. Yes, just use a little bit of it. But if you can start pushing back the hour that you have your first meal, it will greatly help you and train you to do that. Now, I've tested a whole fast. I did a 90 hours fast one time. I just really wanted to see what I could do. And yeah, I lost a lot of weight, but then I gained it right back because a lot of it is water. So you have to make sure you have a high water intake during that whole process. But I just want to say, Mrs. DeGroot, you still have that fat ass on that picture.
Girl, listen, I sure do.
I would tell you, Sig, going through that process, when you're cutting weight like that, you have to train yourself mentally as well, not physically. Train yourself mentally because you know, when man, I'm just Jolly Rancher or whatever, you say no. That shit in the trash can.
I just have to say, Sig, what?
Turn that goddamn dad mod into a father figure.
Make sure you're going to bed hungry, and this is what I mean by that. So I have a hard time getting to bed before midnight. It's just my kid's husband work, right? Just natural thing. My last food consumption is at 6:50 on the dot, so that 4 hours have passed. It generally takes about 4 hours for your body to digest food, right? You want to go to bed without your stomach working so that you're in a complete stated fast. And again, just like KK said, coffee's a great thing to start, as well as lemon water with a shot of apple cider vinegar that also aids in lowering your acidic levels, right? So you don't get heartburn. I love coffee. I could drink a whole pot. You think I was in the army myself. On coffee, you could stick anything in it and stand straight up, right? So I had a lot of acid reflux, but the apple cider vinegar was absolutely fantastic. Another thing, hun, is you have your coffee, but you need to have 2 liters, which is half a gallon of water a day. That really aids as well in breaking down your fat.
Well, so I bought these water bottles by this company called Zulu. If you guys check them out. So on the sides, they have the measurements, how many ounces, and on the other side it has 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So it has lines of where you should be at by that time of day. So I've been consistently, it's a 64 ounce, so I drink 2 of those a day religiously. So I'm getting 120 some ounces of water every day for my intake of those bottles.
Do you have salts in that? Because if you're at 64 ounces, you're about half a liter, which means you're consuming a gallon of water a day. You're at 100.
Some potassium and calcium.
You need to go to the health food section. So I use this thing called Aussie. It's basically like from the salt glaciers, and it's got every mineral you absolutely would need. And so you put in 10 drops into 2 liters. You can do 20 maximum a day, but if you're not having salt, you're not absorbing it, you're actually going into a heightened state of dehydration because you're flushing.
You want him heart attacking that.
Yeah, if you get heart palpitations, right, salts are really good for keeping your heart rate in a great place. So if you're starting to find yourself like having a fast heart rate, right, it's because you're dehydrated.
Yeah, so actually I just got on my, I just did my physical Monday and got on my blood work and stuff done. So it's definitely getting a lot better. My resting heart rate's at 69 right now. All my enzyme levels, like they did my my heart, whatever the shit they pull from the heart, like blood cell count. Yeah, everything's good. Like because before, cause, you know, I was like 298 pounds, man. That was at my highest. I'm down to 254 now.
The fuck?
Yeah, I was a big guy. Yeah.
Yay.
But I'm not, I'm not like, in fact, well, no, you're pretty fat. But here's the thing, like I'm not like sloppy fat, like I'm like a solid boy. Yeah, solid like built guy. So it's, you know, yeah, 300 pounds. Most people thought I was like 250 pounds. So I carry my weight well, even though, you know, fat is fat. I'm not making excuses. But yeah, before when I was 300 pounds, like even my doctor, my blood levels for my physicals, she was telling me like my cholesterol was creeping up and shit like that. So everything's back down, you know, normal ranges now. Heart rate's a lot lower. Sleep apnea is fucking gone now. I don't have that shit. I had that shit at 300 pounds. It was fucking horrendous. But yeah, so the keto thing, and you're right about the fruits. So the only fruits I do are berry fruits, so raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, and then as far as the carbs, I do like my lunch meat sandwich. Like I do like my turkey and Swiss cheese sandwiches, but the bread I get is this keto bread, so it's so high in fiber that it cancels out the carbs, like the carbs or whatever. So the most I'll have is I'll do like 3 sandwiches a week. So I have 6 slices of bread a week, and then what my wife does, she weighs out all the protein.
Why?
Yeah, I got her there.
What? Oh my God, Sig, I'm so proud of you.
Okay, I'm still shocked. I'm not proud.
Oh my God, you put a ring on.
I'm still shocked.
Welcome to
Yes, he did.
Okay, and do we know this person?
No, I do. Yeah, KP's better. Yeah, KP's better. Yeah.
Is this nobody?
Oh, 100%.
But it's nobody.
It's nobody.
She is literally, y'all know Snow White, the cartoon, right? The original.
Is she whiter than my husband?
She's at
Way lighter.
No,
Lighter than me?
No, wait.
Yeah, she's
Mike, okay, in fairness, that picture is with Jeff and his summer color. So she's whiter than a Dutchman.
She's like,
I'll send you some shit. Yeah, give me a second. I'll send you.
Is this the girl that you were dating last year?
No, this is a different girl.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get rid of that shit. Her daughter.
She has eyebrows.
Yeah, because you were sharing she had some issues with her father and
With her daughter, yeah, I was thinking she was doing too much with her daughter, so I had to let her go, man. I'm not competing with another man's child. Fuck that shit. So,
right.
Right? Really alcohol on you?
No. My wife doesn't wear makeup at all. Fuck that shit. So she meal preps everything. Like she's got these containers that are like portions, so she weighs out all my protein. She does the wild Spanish rice. Like she has a perfect measurement for that. And then like for vegetables like green beans, carrots, stuff like that, high fiber vegetables. So she properly portions everything out and then puts it in a container so everything's properly portioned out to weight, calorie intake, all that stuff. Sets everything up in containers for me. So all I gotta do, grab the container, throw it in the microwave, boom, I got my meal right there.
What's your calorie intake? So are you, so given your weight, I assume you're at 2,000 calories a day.
Yeah, I'm right around 1,800, 2,000 a day.
Okay, makes sense. What's your activity level? Like, are you in the gym?
Yeah. So I'm going to the gym, and then what I do for activity, I start off doing cardio shit. But I don't know, man, walking on that fucking treadmill for an hour, like it just gets boring as fuck. So I'm doing weights, so I'm doing low weight and high reps.
Don't walk, run.
Well, I was just gonna say sprinting is actually better than running. You can research this until you're blue in the face. So the reason that Jeff looks like that, my husband is sprinting. That's why.
Okay.
Jeff, because your body has to, when you sprint, you imagine if we were back in the old days, right? We had run away from predators, right? We had to explode, and so our body goes under pressure. It's why high weights, right? Like body under massive pressure, right? It forms beautifully because your body has to go. Your muscles go, oh shit, what's happening? Like why is there so much weight? But when you sprint, it's the same concept. Your body goes into panic mode and it starts burning everything. So Jeff looks the way he looks because Jeff sprints in any long distance running.
Okay.
It is sprinting.
But the other side, Ingrid, when you speak about sprinting the old ways, that's how you chase down your kill. Because you would have certain people in different areas, you would chase them. That feed, it would sprint after they get scared. Because next thing you know, we can do what? 4 or 5 mile sprint.
Right.
And the next person picks up, and then bear we get exhausted, they might have hurt too.
Right.
Now we just pick this motherfucker up and drag him back.
Yeah, I believe in heavy lifting, sprinting, and body and mobility. Like that's what Jeff and I live by. We sprint. We have amazing mobility. Like we have dates where we go to the park and we'll wait till like the kids are busy doing something or it's just the two of us and we'll go to a park, a legit park, and we're climbing monkey bars, we're climbing trees. Like I know that sounds really silly, but that's honestly why I'm better at doing pull-ups and push-ups. I shit you not. I can't figure it out. Push-ups will be the death of me, but pull-ups, they're just easier, right? I can pull myself up from a tree. I can swing. I can do a million things, right? And it's so much fun, Sig. It's actually the cutest thing you can do in terms of a date night. Take your girl and go play at the park and do fun mobility in the grass with your shoes off. It's fun. Have a picnic after, and then of course the sex is great after.
I'll explain the heavyweights. So when you're doing weightlifting, there's different weights for different purposes. A lot of people, they get like very defined muscles. They're not lifting heavy stuff. They're doing those like 25, 50 pounds, and it's just making the muscles look more refined. They pop out. Those are light, medium weights. Heavy weights, on the other hand, instead of doing tension lifts, which is what the small weights are doing, you are doing load lifts. Heavy weights are what builds actual muscle. Load lifting, that's essentially why you do heavy weights. And I'm not talking like 50 or 75. I'm talking now you gotta get yourself up to where you're lifting 100-something pounds. That is heavy. Even if you're like a pretty big guy, that's still gonna do a lot of load because of what your body has to pick up. Because remember, the body pretty much is your weight across his entire surface, so you don't feel it. Your arms, on the other hand, your legs, if you're just lifting 100 pounds of that, that is the load building. So that's why you do really heavy weights. And yeah, when I was a teenager, that's pretty much what I was like. I've 11 and 260 some pounds because I lifted and did martial arts, and I did that was 100% correct. If you do the correct workouts, it's not just you being healthy, your entire anatomy changes to its more natural state. That's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, and heavy lifting actually makes you lean. I think the problem with these overly muscular people is the lack of mobility. So say, I cannot stress this enough. Wait, before Jeff did calisthenics, Jeff looked more like Johnny Bravo, right? Like just massive on the top. He couldn't stretch his back, couldn't touch his toes. I mean, strongest dude in the world, but it was bad. Like he couldn't move. And he started following this guy. I have to find his name, I'll ask him, where he teaches you literally how to do groundwork, like where you're moving like beast mode and, you know, forward levers. And so he got into calisthenics, which requires a form of gymnastics, body weight, and proper movement, mobility, right? My husband got shrunk down, which was amazing. He can actually move in any direction, and he lifts heavier. He lifts heavier now than he did when he looked freaking jacked and on steroids, right? So mobility, heavy lifting, sprinting, lower your calorie intake as long as you're moving, and I think you're gonna look amazing. Give it 6 months before you really start to see a change. Don't be a chick like me and expect immediate changes.
Yeah, so that's the thing too. What I don't want to do is I've been trying to lose the weight like slowly because I don't want that extra skin problem. You know, losing it too fucking much. Yeah, so that. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but that's the thing too with the heavy lifting. So I did a lot of heavy lifting when I was in the service. Like I bodybuilt, like I was fucking stacked. My joints are fucked from lifting all the heavy aspect. Like I really love them, so I have to take it easy now because I started off trying to go heavy again, and it was just fucking killing me. So that's why I just switched to the lighter reps. The lighter reps. I'm sorry, the lighter weight with the higher reps. And then too, like I don't like part of the reason why like I'm so heavy is like I got a lot of muscle underneath. Like I'm a pretty muscular guy underneath my fat. I don't want to carry that muscle, that weight around. I kind of want to lean out, or like your husband's kind of tone, you know, that leaner in shape. So that's what I'm trying to work towards now. And just more strength, more of the strength and the like I said, low weight, high rep, core, I guess workout or workout.
Yeah, like my calisthenics. Get a parallel stick. Do you know what a parallel is? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
What you can do, when you go to the gym, just say you're doing curls, right?
Yeah.
Just do curls on the bar. No weight. 20. Put 10 up. 20. Put 20 up. 20. Heavy. 20. Till you get to the peak. And then you have to pyramid back. Your ass gonna be tired out.
Yeah, that's called pyramiding. It's called pyramiding and stripping.
Yeah,
so what,
that's the way I was taught playing ball.
So, say, I didn't know if you knew this, but I used to be a Semper Fed instructor, so I would get all the fat body Marines during lunchtime, and they were forced to do my workout with them.
Okay, yeah.
I would do like the whole fat body assessment, whatever. I was an exercise physiology major in college, so I understand exactly where you're going from. Like, okay, I was in great shape, I've got great muscle mass underneath, and I would have burned this fat, but I don't want to get too bulky and whatnot. So pyramiding stripping is actually the best way, but a lot of people forget the muscle rest aspect with it. So what pyramiding stripping is you start at a light weight. Like, let's just say dumbbell curls, really lightweight, you do 12. Easy peasy, it should be easy. You rest. Yeah. Well, not for him.
Yes. Yeah, so it's too light, it feels weird with that.
Listen. Okay, now listen. You example of dumbbell curls. You can implement any exercise that you do. So you do lightweight and you do 12 repetitions. You wait 30 seconds. Then you increase the weight just a little bit. Then you do 10 repetitions. You wait 30 seconds. Then you do 8 repetitions. A little bit more weight. Then you rest 30 seconds. And then you do 6 repetitions, which is your max weight, your heaviest weight. Then you do not rest. After you do that 6 heavy weight, you go back to your first weight and you burn out 15. If you're doing it right, when you go back to that lowest weight and try to do the 15, you're going to be hurt by 5. So what this is doing is you're waking up your muscle fibers, you're increasing it, but then when you do that burn weight, you're causing little micro tears in your muscles, which are telling your muscles, repair, but you're still burning off that weight. While doing so, you're going to increase your muscle mass that will actually help your internal fat burning engine, so that will naturally lose the fat. You do that for every exercise. It's called pyramid and strip. Pyramid up, no rest, then strip for 15. You will be hurting. It's the best way to do both ways. Yeah. So, but it's the 30 seconds. You only want to do 30 seconds rest in between each of the set. The last set, the heaviest weight, you don't wait. You go straight into the bottom weight that you started with and do 15. And I'm telling you, you'll be like, oh my God, I have this little dinky weight. I can barely get past 3. That's the best way of what I would suggest for you to maximize, do the heavy side, but then also.
Okay, and also I would tell you, when you with your girl get the timer, just get the bar 45s. That's all it is, just 45. That's all the bar is. And go fast as you can for 1 minute. Then put 5 plates on it. Go fast as you can. Then put 10s on it. Man, you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, do dumbbells though.
45.
Well, really quick, if I can interject here, do dumbbells. Don't do the straight bar. That's how you tear your shoulder. Don't have the same issue. Jeff is actually going through physio because, just like you say, say hi, baby.
Hi guys. Hey, what's going on? What's up, sister? What's up, mister?
I know. Sorry, I'm ready to head out, but no, my husband ripped his shoulder because of the bar sake. So do dumbbells.
Yeah.
Don't
and that's what I do. I do dumbbells anyways, because like I tend to what I don't like about single weight, like even if it's machines or it's free weights, is that one side of my body could be working out and my other side isn't. So I like doing independent weights like dumbbells and shit. Or if I do machines, like I'll do machine with independent arms. So that way each arm is independently pulling that weight itself, and I don't run the risk of one side doing more work than me.
And make sure you do a row machines then.
Well, I love you guys. Hubby and I are heading out. It was good to hear from you.
All right, good to see you. Nice to hear from you, Mississippi Bird.
Anybody that has like a craving for ice cream or carbs, just send them my way. I gotta put on some weight. So send them directly to Florida.
Another thing, I gotta give it to everyone with that. You best not. Another thing, if you can, they're hard to find. Instead of like the regular dumbbells, try to find those like cylinder weights. Those are very good for full on workouts. So essentially, we use it like some cylinder weights. Cylinder weights. Yes, cylinder. It's kind of like a boat staff, but you put them on both ends, and you do these kind of similar to boat staffs, but it's weighted. You're working out all your biceps, your forearms, does good for your shoulders, everything else. Yeah, at first, it's gonna burn, I'm not gonna lie, because you're not gonna be used to working all of those muscles at once. But once you get used to it, trust me, your strength is gonna be so crazy to where you grab something and it feels like you're taking a bear. It gets that insane. I understand.
with me. I once started masturbating once a day. I'm now at 8.
I love that you're here.
Why do we make it so complicated?
I love that you're just genetically different.
You're a fucking beast, man. Love it. Yeah, you're a fucking beast, man. Exactly. Feel like a fucking green guy, man.
Yeah, well, twice a day, 6 days a week for 2 decades. I mean, what should pay off?
You got that leg arm.
Fucking 2 decades. I got fucking paid for this shit. I almost feel like a scam.
Yeah, I appreciate the advice, guys. Thank you very much. Yo, KK, check your back channels. I sent you pictures of the old lady. You know.
Like, what is the purpose of ladies trying to lose weight?
We losing weight because KK's been bragging on me, calling me fat ass for a couple years now. So I'm tired of it.
You were fatty McFatty.
See, it's the weekend. You can work off a lot of that weight over the weekend. Yeah, get sweaty, yeah, get dirty.
And what way are we talking about that?
Your wife might not agree to it, but that's okay. Tell her that you're trying to lose weight and save money rather than going to the gym.
Yo, say, check your text. No homo. Yo, I've been working my ass off, bro.
I'm gonna send you, as soon as I get to my computer, I'll send you a link. Watch that.
Not even a full-fledged nigga. Goddamn. Goddamn, nigga got incredible vocab. Holy fucking shit, dog. That's not even a full-fledged. Yeah. This motherfucker can't even talk like that. Yeah, no, it's holy shit, nigga. I can't bump this shit, bro. Now, when we did girls on the stage, they might be like, some real bit of shit now. Yeah.
What did you say you're going to do? What's happening?
Shit, what?
I said, what's happening? What did you say is going to happen?
No, you want to rub my legs down with some baby oil for competition.
I'm not part of P. Diddy's group, but I might be able to find somebody.
No, you would do it.
I have to say, that was one of the funniest things back in the day. Law enforcement, when my husband was working in Virginia Beach, all these guys went into this law enforcement, weightlifting thing, and they brought some type of stuff on them that would make their muscles, stick out, but half the guys, passed out because it made their body real hot. I don't even know what it was, but it was way fun.
And this is why, seeing this is why I wear big clothes. Because I don't like people looking at me like that.
He doesn't like to look like a piece of meat that women want to jump on. That's a good thing.
Right. Yes. I know. Wallace, what's going on, man? That's my nigga right there. Wallace got his black card fish. William Wallace. Yeah. What's up, Roman Arrow? That's my dog. What's up, Wallace?
Oh yeah, what's happening, dude?
Same shit, different toilet. Just on here. I'm in Dallas right now, working, waiting for a fucking trip. But it's been slow. It's been so fucking slow because the nobody's buying cars right now, so auto manufacturers aren't pumping out as much product, and so we've been slow for like the last 6 weeks. So literally, you realize it's taking somewhere, don't you? No, part of it too, because we actually had a meeting, our company had a town hall meeting, and they were saying that, they ramped down production has gone down, so we expect a little bit slower, because we're usually not this slow in July. We usually have enough work to where, I can at least do 7 to 8 trips a month. But I haven't got 1 trip so far this month, man. We've literally been flying out, sitting in hotel for 6-7 days, and just flying us back home, man, with no trips. So it's never been this fucking slow in July. So. But Marcus, you good?
When are you worth the quota?
No, you good. Oh, money? Oh, yeah, no, I get my salary, bro. Yeah, I still get a salary. So, yeah, I get salary. Yeah, my salary's good. My salary covers everything, so I'm good. Just my flight pay, I get my commission on the trips. That's just the extra money. But no, my salary covers. Yeah, I'm good on that, bro. Yeah. So either way, if I'm sitting here, I'm still making money. I'm still getting paid. So, okay. That's how we take care of each other. I've been fucking go work a 3rd, 4th fucking job before I hit anybody else for money, bro. You remember, I pulled a prank on my brother. He said, man, I'm in jail, man. They said it's $1,000. So he called me like 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. I was that motherfucker said, let me get my keys. Where your credit card? You called me 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, hey, nigga, like, I'm in jail. I need $1,000. Each come bill. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, what the fuck did you do? I'm like, all right, then I'll be there. This motherfucker. That's my dog. He's like, fuck, I don't care.
Sick. I just saw your pictures. Was the first picture of you standing with the airplane, was that the before you started losing weight?
No, that's after. Yeah, that's after.
That's after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your wifey, the lesbo, has a big ass booty.
Yeah, she does. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, like, she has her arms, she's got her arms by her sides and her, like, breast is halfway across her bicep. Like, she's just standing there, too. She's not even trying.
Yeah.
I was like, look.
Oh, she got some.
And, like, she got some oddly big breastises. And then, black does not crack. Like your second picture of y'all in a bowling alley or something like that, like black does not crack. Your skin is silky smooth. I'm coming.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she's 5'1", 130 pounds. Yeah, her tits are fucking huge, man. They are. Man, she's 5'1". Yeah, she's 5'1".
She's 5'1". I'm 5'3". GPS, good pair of shoes. So she's shorter than I am.
Yeah, she's short. She's a little tiny little thing. Yeah, she's short as shit. Yeah, she's tiny. Because when she reached up to me, say, "Oh, you can even eat." Give me a look. I'm like, "Get this side work." When you turn to the side, then you won't see something on her midget. No, I turned to the side. She's a midget. I'm like, "What the fuck's wearing seats?" No, she's short. Compared to me.
I'm the same height as KK, and I don't look that short up against like 6'1", 6'3" guys. I mean, I'm short, but I'm not right at the wieners line.
I'm not going to hug you straight on. This is my brother's now wife now. Fuck no. I'm gonna hug you to the side. And she is a midget. We have respect.
This room has been today.
We might jump in front of you. No, you don't know. That would never happen. It's called respect. No, I will hug you, man. No, straight up, man. You gonna feel this song on your motherfucking beat here. Goddamn.
out like where to go for lunch or something, so you could come down and check out the auto show.
No, ain't no signal.
Yeah, I gotta sit that first meet out, man. I gotta let y'all handle y'all business. I gotta let y'all get acquainted first, and we'll go out on a second meetup. We'll do the group thing on a second meetup.
Yeah, when she come out, yeah, nigga, I will fight. She talking with my hoes. Okay. It's a 3 got punched out.
I gotta sit down with out, man. I gotta let you and KP, y'all have that first meet, man. I'll sit down with out. We'll get after it. Once you're able to walk again, then we can all do a couple of days.
Y'all received was size 0, 117. Okay. When you get that motherfucking belly button twist up to a third nipple. Okay.
Oh my lord. KK, don't listen to these two wackadoodles, okay? Just have fun.
I think it's funny you assume that I listen to them.
Asshole, you're an asshole. See? You're a fucking asshole.
No, it ain't gonna be no wackadoodle. It's gonna be some doodling.
So how was London, KK?
It was good. I'm there like several times, not several, like 3 or 4 times a year anyways. But it's good. It's good. It's changed though, can I tell you, it has changed. Like it's, from last year to this year, it's really changed.
For better or for
Like,
worse?
for worse.
Oh, okay, tell us what it means.
Ooh, just the crime. Like you can't, like you can't like be on your phone looking down, trying to like look for directions or hold your phone just in your hand, because people will run by you, just swipe it, keep it going, or on the little scooters, motorcycles to do it, and then they tell like especially the ladies, if I'm traveling alone, they tell me, put your purse on a crossbody on the inside of your jacket, so they can't see what type of purse it is, or that they can easily just pull it off your shoulder. So it's got to be on your cross, or it's got to be attached to your wrist. So I had to get one of those crossbodies just for my phone, so that way if they can see it, like it's almost like a deterrent as well. And even in like the nice parts of London, like in Mayfair and Kensington is where the palace is, right? Where Windsor Palace is, and even around there, you have to be so careful. And I'm just call a spade, but a lot of them the problems are the Somalis, and the Middle Easterners. And the Middle Easterners, they've come over there, and I was told at a coffee shop I was declined service. I mean, it was a place that I've gone to multiple times. It's like right around the corner from the hotel that I usually stay in, and it's like I was shocked. I've gone there so many times, and I usually don't go and sit down and whatever, but I'll go get a bottle of water, I'll grab a croissant or something, a piece of fruit, whatever, that I take up to my room, and I got declined service. Like there was the person standing there, and I thought he was just going to welcome me, like, hi, come in, welcome. He's like, can I help you? I was like, oh, I just want to grab some water and, a bite to eat before I go back to my room. He's like, no, thank you. I was like, what do you mean, no, thank you? What? And he's like, no, not today. And I said, well, why not today? He's like, no, you can go now. I was like, the fuck? And I looked around, and everyone there was Middle Eastern. They were all Arabs. And I'm like, okay. And I knew it was an Arab-owned, little coffee shop or little place, I mean, I've never had any issue there before, but I asked the concierge desk and the manager, and I was like, is there something that I'm doing? Like, and I explained it to him. He goes, no, we'll make a note of it. And I'm like, what's going on? She goes, well, they are turning down service for people that are not of their kind, is exactly what the manager said. So they're basically deciding who can and cannot, and they only want to like serve Middle Easterners. You know, they have like the Palestinian flag and whatnot, so I'm like, I'm fucking Asian. I have no skin in your little war game that y'all got going on right now, other than I hate people dying on those ends. But literally, that's what the problem is. Like, my client that was there, he's like, I don't wear my nice watches anymore. I go, what do you mean? He goes, I don't even wear my nice watches to Mabel's. And I go, what? Mabel's is like a private-owned social club. Like, you have to be a member just to even enter that place, or you have to be with a member. It's a very high-end social club. And I was like, I don't even wear to Mabel's anymore. I'm like, why? He goes, because there have been men that have been in the restroom and they bump into you and they pickpocket you or they take your watch off of you. Like in the bar, the lounge area, like they've had a lot of problems with it. He's like, the crime has gotten really bad, and I was like, wow, I was shocked by it. And then one time when I was leaving Harrods, and the only size bag, Harrods is like this, they're big, popular, department store in the middle of London, and it's walking distance from my hotel, and the only size bag that they had was this huge Harrods green bag. It looks like a fancy store bag. It's a fancy department store. And I only got like a couple sleeves of Nespresso pods for my coffee maker in the room. That's all I wanted. They're like, sorry, this is the only size bag we have. I'm like, okay, no problem. And they're like, they cover it with tissue and they put a sticker on it to close it. And they're like, I was like, why is the sticker this look? He's like, oh, we like to hide it so people can't reach it and easily grab when you're walking through the store. And I'm like, okay, that's. He's like, yeah, that's kind of new. Like, all right. So I'm walking around. I walk back and I notice these people. They're following me, and I'm like, I was starting to get paranoid. So I kind of walked past my hotel. And I walked around the block, and I pretended to I was ringing a doorbell of from some random home that was close to my hotel. And I came back again, and I walked past the bellman again, by the entrance. And he looked at me, and he's like, okay. And he knew exactly what I was doing. And then he walked up with me, and then just followed me for a while. And then until they walked away, and then he escorted me back in. So I was being followed back to my hotel, which was wild. Sorry, Kate, keep saying.
Oh shit.
Probably was
Too much lemonades.
I'll say you kind of miles already. So.
I know. Shut the fuck up. Don't ask me a question then.
Yo, Sig, I want to toss a question to you. What do you think about Beach Sig? What's that 550?
Wait, Sig 55. What's a Sig 550? What's a Sig? I never heard of that. 550?
I think it's something new. No, it's open. It's Swedish.
Sig. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, I never heard of a Sig 550.
And I'm sorry that lady was upset with me. She sent me private messages this morning asking me what I meant by why black women, what they were doing in criminal justice.
Wait,
It's like, ma'am,
in this room?
yeah, well, I forget her name. She was very nice. But I was like, I don't know. I was just asking.
Well, yeah, you did not get a chance to speak a whole lot because I was trying to cut in for you to speak. I don't know what that answer was, so go ahead.
yeah, I don't know.
She was nice though, right, Sig? It's just she went wild out of nowhere. Oh,
Dr. Goddess of Legend.
yeah, that girl.
She's nice. She's nice. She just got on the tangent.
Yeah, she misconstrued something, and I'm giving her some grace because I don't think she understood the dynamic. But no, she thought KK was coming to attack, and so she got on the defensive. I didn't realize KK was actually coming, from a genuine place, whatever. And she didn't realize, we got history with KK. So so I think she was. And I think her intentions were good, but it was just, it was execution was fucked up.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna send her a DM.
Saying for death. You don't know the history, but Beth Sig and I, we used to be up to 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever time frame you in. We had good times. So she didn't know. That's why I said, hey, stop. You don't know the history. And that's when the shit went left. It's okay.
I don't think she liked it that you were fighting for a non-black woman. She swore I was white.
Because she was about to go attack, my baby girl. Oh shit, what's her name? Sig. What's the baby girl name?
That cute little girl, shit. I forget all.
And just left out with her husband. She was gonna attack her. She has a pro-black memory. And I was like, I already know she goddamn upset. Nice study. Go ahead.
Yeah, she wasn't mean. She just sent me a message and asked me, what are you trying to prove? And I said, I'm really sorry, I don't know what you're asking me for. But then she said, why do you think black women wouldn't get a criminal justice degree? And I just responded, I have a criminal justice degree, but most of my black friends that got that are, was I asking a question? I mean, I do know that every once in a while there is this one girl that comes in here and I forget her name because I just chalk her off to the left. She'll send me weird messages. I'm like, oh my god, okay, yeah, whatever. Hope you have a great night.
I just found out I did what else I just found out that y'all can send pictures to each other now. Now, how's that going? I can only imagine the dirty pictures that people be doing and shit.
Yeah, I think they actually, though, you can't send, dirty pictures. I don't believe so. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. This is what I don't check. Back channel DMs of where the fuck y'all go.
I wish I could disappear these notifications on those messages. So it's like all these numbers on the bottom right. Kind of like, can I disappear all the notifications? I hate.
Man, sitting outside in this heat, getting drunk from this shit.
I just sent her a DM, just let her know it's probably just a harmless misunderstanding. But I don't have anything against her. I actually enjoyed having her in the space. She did contribute and had some really great contributions to the topic. But it's just a harmless misunderstanding. Man, we're all human beings.
Everyone thinks I'm white anyways. I'm gonna start calling myself white selectively and when it's convenient. Okay?
Yo, I'm just glad Brad was down here to see what went straight left. Yes. He went white straight the fuck off.
Yeah, as soon as she said, and she needs to get the fuck off the stage. Oh, you know, Brad would have came in fucking.
Yeah.
I would have moved it up. I'm like, go ahead, Brad, you got it, man. I'm not even gonna fucking stop that bitch.
Motherfucker come on here with fighting sword and shield. That's my girl. Fuck you. Like, oh, okay, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't even suffer from that bull, man. Fuck that. You good? Go ahead. Oh yeah, so I just looked it up. Yeah, so that 550. Yeah, so that's 6 version of the AR-14. Yeah.
Yeah, what's that? 7.62, 39 or some shit like that.
So no, they got
it's like an AK-47 round.
So yeah, they got 2 calibers. Yeah, so they got the 7.62, and then they got the 5.56 version of it. But yeah, it's like their version of the AR-14. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it before. I just didn't know it was called the 550. But yeah, it is. Yeah, it is Swiss made. So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying one, bro.
No one's really running.
You can get them used in the U.S. I think they about 300.
Okay.
If you get it from Swiss, it's gonna be like 30 grand. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because that one's a fully auto. That's the Swiss Army version. Yeah, that's the one they issue to their military. So yeah, it's gonna be a full auto. Yeah, that fucker's gonna be from 30 grand. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
You guys have a couple military bases near you, right? And so you should be able to do what I